Mhm. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna be checking this one time. Meantime, let's go face. Oh, this is loud. A bit too loud. For my liking. Sound setting. Volume mixer. Oh wow. It's so loud, even though it's. No. Hey. It's very loud for something that is so not loud, technically speaking. Let's see. It's been a long day. A long day full of protest and stuff. Oh, there we go. Hmm. Hello. Wait a minute. I have to check something. Nope, nobody here. There's someone definitely here. Let me get into the Pinterest finally. I'm gonna mess up her face.
We can finally reach the painters.
Let's make sure we're well prepared beforehand. We still have a little bit of time.
There you go, this is the Pinterest. This figure here. See? That's the Pinterest. We're prepared, don't worry. When allocate attribute points to a character, don't forget to consider I for that. What are you using her sword? Shunmel?
You should do the honors.
Exactly. Stop using someone else's weapon. It's very bad. Right, let's get her. Let's get the Pinterest. Finally. The supposed main villain. That's probably not the main villain, but something or someone totally different. Who are you? Why is there a shopkeeper here? Oh. Look at that.
Avril, 40th Expedition. Gigi and Edmund were leading.
Gigi.
They were on a clean glide to the monolith when they flew into some sort of barrier and just gone away. Our gliders are useless without a way past the barrier. Bernard's going to explore on foot, see if there's an entrance. In the meantime, we might as well make ourselves at home. I guess I'll try my hand at fishing. Assuming those sea Nevrons left any fish for us to eat. Rest in peace, Gigi and Edmund.
SMP GG. Let's make a deal. Pure double grade. Okay, let's the outfit called Pure. Perso. No. Oh. Well, that's... Can we agree Zelensky is corrupt yet? No. Trump is, though. Can we agree that Trump is? How do I get to this? They said need to learn how to fly. Which I do not know how to do yet.
Finesse and grace.
One shot, one kill. Well, that was easy.
Better.
Here we go. Incoming.
Well, that was very easy actually. This one's for me. Gaining AP at getting hit, that's for bad players like myself. That is for people that cannot play, cannot parry for their life. I should equip it probably. It would be for the best. Would suit me well. Fastest swimmer. In the world. Talk about fatty boom boom. True. Hello Zoshalix, how are you? Look at this. This is the Paintress. How are you? I've been to the protest today, again. It was much bigger than the one yesterday. A lot more people chanting Hańba, Hańba, which is the same word in Polish as in Ukrainian. Citro. I mean, that is not inaccurate. The monolith. Hańba means disgrace. In Ukrainian as well as Polish. My native tongue. Look, it's the paintress.
We can do this.
Look at her. Look at the paintress.
For Gustav.
For all of them.
For Gustav. Also, I have to get there. Upgrade attributes. Ooh. Would you look at that? Isn't that cool? I can learn some new skills as well. Let's learn some skills. I'm about to start streaming, yeah? What are you gonna stream about? Wait, you stream? Since when do you stream, Jack? Don't do it. Skill points available. Crippling tsunami. Lightning dance. I think we're gonna go for the... No, wait. One more skill. Brutal Crush. Deals high single target. Earth is never good. Versal. What can we use? Overload. Increase rank to A and replace. No, thank you. Jesus. So self-sacrificial. His skills are. Okay, I guess that's it for now. Oh, what are you gonna stream about? Jack, don't do it. Wait, you weren't even willing to come on the stream and debate me or whatever, or talk to me, and you're gonna stream? You're very suspicious. I've heard that the American internet is overall pretty bad. American internet is infamously not good because of the monopolies in each state. I don't know, I don't remember anymore. It was a long time ago. Think I remember? I don't. I forgot. It was 10 years ago. When you first came here. Look at all these candles. There won't be any random encounters. We're just getting straight to the paintress. Look at her. Look at the paintress. It's time to pay your dues, the paintress.
Sors et fuis, je t'en prie. Fuis ce tableau maudit, cette toile d'une fausse.
You were incorrect.
Portrait rêvé en parfait.
The paintress feet. She looks so helpless, the paintress. She probably has... I'm willing to bet money that the paintress has Mael's face. How much money do you want to bet?
Alors tranchons,
Feel the burn.
Finesse and grace.
There's nothing that I can do to the paintress.
et fuis, je t'en prie.
Chrome is flowing.
Cette toile d'une
Well,
portrait rêvé.
Ugh! Our attacks do nothing.
I don't understand. The gradient attack should work. Wait, Mael.
I don't think this is...
No. No.
Everybody okay?
Follow her. Quickly.
What?
This might be our only chance.
Yeah. Okay.
wow. Not that long. I've been playing it for a while, but I don't When have I started playing this game? I started playing it sometime after it came out. I'd been gifted it by Dr. Johns for finishing Half-Life, which I have finished. I have finished Half-Life. We are at the end of the game. I can feel it in my bones. And my bones don't lie.
Inside the monolith? What was that thing? Why did it help us inside?
Are you alright, Mael? Up there. She's the paintress. She's up there.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but I can sense the real paintress. Her heart is above us somewhere.
I guess we head up then.
Thank God it's not a parkour. A lesser game would have given me a cheap parkour challenge to get up to the paintress. Well done, gamer. Now do this parkour.
Luna,
Oh.
careful. Careful now.
Oh, look at that.
I'll do it.
Uh-oh. I thought I would parry it brilliantly like I did before. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. I'm like a genius of parrying now.
Oh well.
This is what it's. This is how it's done. Minus holodefs. But
Oh, lovely.
this is how it's done. Apart from not doing so well for a bit there. Look, it became a black and white movie. This is an homage to all the painters.
What was that?
I don't know.
Fire. Again.
That was a lie. Verso knew perfectly well what that was. Verso's a liar. And you let Gustav die. Okay? Verso's a liar who let Gustav die. And I hate him. Whatever. Gustav was the best character. Now he's dead. So, take that. I guess. Height is weakness.
Here we go.
I'm ready. Danger!
Ready to power.
I am indeed ready to parry. Yes.
Precise. Strike.
What the hell? How is it supposed to be a parry?
Danger!
Ah, I was feeling so good about myself as well.
Danger!
I was doing so well. That's not fair. It's outrageous. It's unfair. How can you parry and not be a fucking master? I am using my B team, of course.
What lovely feet.
Jeez.
Careful now.
Lovely feet.
Violence.
Not today.
Wait, no! Alright. We won. So good. We don't have to, I don't know, restart the game or whatever. Things are good once again. Back to normal. So many branching paths. I don't think I've ever heard this music before.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Ready to evade.
Just try it.
Huh.
Oh well.
Dodge. There you go. Well done.
Stay.
Oh, nullify.
My turn.
Ready to evade.
You parried.
Hurts.
Hello, my Kappa. How are you? Yes, we are day 2 of protests. Oh my god. We're using Team 2. How are you, my Kappa? As you can see, I wanted to parry this. Wrong item. Oh, I thought I'd parry.
Up we go now.
Here's your card.
I'd love a dance. Getting spicy.
I think I get it now.
The Phoenix.
I thought I got it. Oh. Wrong enemy.
To the lead.
You luck smiles today.
Oh, there we go. I got it after all.
I saw your future.
Sweet taste of battle.
Perfect.
Full now.
Look at that. Ah. Well, that was, I thought that would go better. Hello, Greater Raid. How are you? Are you obscure, vocabulary, position, and all that stuff? Hmm? Hold on, we're gonna go back and we're gonna go somewhere else. So we're gonna do this just to get our mojo back. I went to the protest again because I'm a very protesting person. I protested like a real protester does. By protested, I mean I recorded people protesting. I showed my solidarity with the protesters. What do you mean, what am I saying? Wait, am I too quiet? Or what? Is the game too loud? Can you not hear my words? Am I muted? Have I been muted the whole stream? Hold on, I have to check now. I'm getting nervous. Have I been muted? No, I have not. I have not. I have not been muted. You have lied. You have lied to me about me being muted, sort of. I can't believe that the entry to my Discord is called the Hatchling Ground. So interesting. French. I was talking French. No. That's protesting. Oh, look at this. 2 hits.
Ready to strike. Here we go.
Careful, Verso.
Oh, I did it so perfectly last time. You deserve to die, Bruce, so you let Gustav die. I'm being so bad at parrying all of a sudden. What changed? Well, the game runs in 28 frames per second. Maybe that's a factor. The frame rate is horrible. No, I'm not doing this like this. I should somehow increase the frame rate of this game. But no, I've not been speaking French. So how's the stream running? Is the stream running well? I'm gonna turn this off. Turn this off. What else can I turn off? Oh, I can definitely turn this off. Hold on. There are a few things that I can turn off before. Alright. Turned off all the necessary things. Alright. That's better. A better frame rate for a better gameplay. Oof. So much better. 40 is better than 20. That's a bigger number. It's running fine. Thank you, Maya Mayor. Also, hello, Maya Mayor. How are you, Maya Mayor? I'm gonna tell you all about today's protest, if you don't mind. Also, Zelensky's backpedaling. It seems like the protests have had an effect. Because Zelensky is gonna introduce a presidential bill that will undo the bill that has been protested against now. Isn't that interesting?
Here we go.
Ready to evade.
So we have not seen any droning in a while. Harry. See? We did it again. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Too early. Lucy, too early. Why are you like this? There you go. That's how you do it. You parry. What was I talking about? I'm doing okay. My legs are sore from working out yesterday. What was I talking about? Something about backpedaling. Something. Presidential bill. I think I was talking about something else as well. But I kind of forgot. I forgot in my fervor of parrying completely what the thing was. Yes, we were talking about the bill to undo the bill. Sort of, kind of. Exciting stuff, isn't it?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I think I'll improvise.
I'll do it.
Hmm.
Ice. Shatter.
Oh yeah, I have to take my hormones.
Luna, careful.
I saw your future.
Eyes up, Minoga.
The bitter dregs.
Alright, we did it. Isn't that cool that we did it? Are you proud of me? Hopefully, a bit. Oh, package. Ah! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no!
Let's push forward.
Wait, 17 frames per second? What the fuck?
Not impressed.
Of course I'm not gonna be parrying or dodging. The frame rate is abysmally bad. How am I supposed to time it? Whatever. I'm closing this as well. I'm closing this mess. Maybe now it will work as intended. Isn't that right, everyone? Isn't that right, everyone here? Everyone here who is here. Better or no?
You could do
A
better.
bit better. I didn't even intend to do that. Why is the frame rate so bad? All of a sudden.
I'll do it.
Let's dance.
What the hell?
Careful now. Take your shot.
I'll try my best, even with the bad frame rate. There you go. I do my best always.
Well, yes, I love a dance.
There you have it. Have I gotten his legs? Or their legs? I mean, it does require an up-to-date GPU right there coming with this year. Oh, you know, it happens, I guess. Ah, my goodness. Oh, I've gained the foot. I've gained some footing. There you go. I'm gonna gain a rare loot, which is here. Just 2 more things and I can get my rare loot. 2. Oh.
Useful.
+1 revived kind. It is a pretty well optimized game, yeah. We're back here. Then again, it could be worse. Can't even play Doom, the Dark Ages, without having a rev. Oh yeah, that's true. It has that thing. It's alright. If the audience locks in, we're gonna be able to do miracles. Sorry for not being Innuendo Studios. Haven't made a brilliant essay.
Careful, Mael.
Please survive.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that. I'm a parrying genius. I feel like a parrying genius.
Danger!
I felt like a parrying genius
Let the ink flow.
for a second.
I'm better.
Yeah, I feel like a genius again. Let's carve a path.
Here we go.
I don't like you, Verso.
Finesse and
I don't like you for letting Gustav die.
Careful now.
Uh-oh.
Let's push forward.
That's right.
Ice. Shatter.
And we all know Gustav was the best character in this game.
That hurts.
Lune, watch out.
Have I done it too early or too late?
Ready?
No tricks.
Careful.
A bit of violence, yes.
Yes.
I saw your future.
Rise up, Minoka.
There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. That is how it's done in these lands. What the hell? Oh, so I think there's no bombing today. It's like the Russians really like the destabilization of the protests. Kyiv has not been bombed in a while. It has not been a thing for a while. Wait, what the hell? This is the game right now. Okay, let me see. I'll be quiet. You're being very mean to me, you know that? You're being racist. You're being racist against me. I swear to God. Hold on. Have I turned off the... I've turned off the stream. There you go. Wait, where's my thing? Lucy has that? There you go, we're back to stream. My goodness. All messages. I'm being bullied by the side chat. Listen, I did well, I won. That's what matters, isn't it? I think you're being very unfair to me. Look at that, I'm exploring.
Again.
Hence-
Teaching her children to paint, huh?
Hence the name Expedition. Verso. Verso's parents wanted him to be a painter, but he loves music instead. Verso is here. Verso is one of them. I figured it out partially. My mom's a paintress, by the way. And my grandmother was one as well. I come from a painter family.
A storm is coming.
Alright.
Ready to strike.
So, Zero.
Here we go.
There you go.
Let's dance. A precise strike.
A precise strike. Do you see?
Brace yourself.
I'm ready.
We won. The weapons are leveling up. Without even using an item. Wait, I cannot upgrade vitality any further? Uh-oh. Interesting. I guess we'll go with this. Verso is maximum.
Let's spill some ink.
I think
Ready to strike.
lightning is their weakness.
I'll use your fire.
But I may be wrong.
Caught up.
Ah, look at that. There we go.
Ready to strike.
Let's dance.
There we go.
Let's dance.
Bodo. Akashi had shields.
Yeah.
Angja. Paint. This game has inspired you to paint.
Let's dance. Time to hit big.
True, time to hit big. Gustav's homage. That is a real homage. Very nice. I do like that skill. Gustav's homage. Gustav's homage before his gommage. think I parried that second one.
Feel the burn.
I'm trying to do what exactly? There you go. Punch number 2 has been parried successfully. But I have to parry 2, not just 1.
Thunder.
Yes, I knew it. I knew thunder was the weakness.
Here we go.
Let us stain them.
I suspected from the beginning. Alright. I'm gonna do a couple of news. I haven't talked about Poland, have I? It's been a while. In Poland, things are happening in Poland. I don't know who's still here and who isn't, but I've got a quiz question for you. Who's the most popular Polish politician right now? Without looking it up. If you've been watching this show regularly, then you should know.
Henry.
If you're Lucy has a fan, you will know who the most popular Polish politician is right now.
Thunder.
Here we go. Careful now.
I hope to parry it.
Let's dance. You can do it.
There you go.
Stain them.
Thunder.
Incoming.
Verso, dodge.
I thought I would parry that one.
Careful, Mael.
Okay, this one's easy. Rage. Rage is a status effect that makes the character play twice in a row.
Let's cover path.
They wanted Verso to be a painter.
Thunder.
On me.
Ah, the easy one I should have. Oh my god.
Bring it on.
Ah,
Ready to evade.
yeah? You should decide.
It's locked on you.
got guts.
Sweet taste of battle.
Phoenix.
Really? Ah,
Careful now.
That's more like it.
Look out.
finally, we got a parry in. Excellent.
It likes you.
Ah, I thought I would. Wow, how many hits. Nullified.
Likes you.
I'm back.
Okay, that was horrible. Okay, maybe. That was obscure. It was just obscure. Shit. Ah, I died. They're gonna do one more fight and I'm gonna do the news. A few news.
Let the ink flow.
Let the ink flow, indeed. Mhm. Oh,
Incoming.
uh-oh.
Watch out, my elf.
Boom. It's not Mael that needs to watch out.
Sorry,
It's
I failed.
people that need to watch out for Mael.
Here we go.
You evil Verso. There we go. We won. We did the fight. So we're gonna go back to the thing. And then we're gonna... Water planet. Time for news. If I can find my way back to the save, whatever, bonfire thing. Can I? Oh, there it is. There it is. Never mind. Yes, I can. All right, that's it. That's it for today. Don't be mad at me for being cool. All right, let's see. You see all these shadows around the camera? That's the laptop being busted. Like in the corner, there's this thing. So there's new news, which I am very glad to share with you all. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov hopes Trump's reasonable Ukraine stance sways the European Union. Oh, I want to read this one. This one has caught my attention right off the bat. All right, let's see it. This is unexpected news. But you know what? I am fine with that. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov hopes Trump's reasonable Ukraine stance sways the European Union. What is that reasonable stance? Delaying aid? Is the reasonable stance giving Russia an unlimited amount of time to do anything it wants? Not doing sanctions? What is the reasonable stance? And what does the European Union need to be swayed on? Foreign Minister expressed hope that US President Donald Trump's reasonable position on the Ukrainian conflict will influence the European Union's stance on the matter. Russia Today reported on Tuesday. Hello, fake Alec, Kyle Parker. During a press conference in Moscow after holding talks with Mozambique's Foreign Minister Maria Manuela Lucas Lavrov stressed the need for constructive engagement from the European, because Russia does only constructive engagement. Money for Lucy. Thank you very much for the $10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will use it for a wise cause. And by wise cause, I mean, I'm going to use it for something very good. Very good indeed. Okay, what is the constructive approach that the European Union needs to adopt regarding Ukraine? I really hope that the reasonable approach that the Trump administration showed in this situation after it replaced the Biden administration, which spoke in unison with the unhinged Europeans, Jesus Christ Almighty, yet the reasonable stance is to overpromise, say that you will end the conflict before you take office in 24 hours, half a year, 100 days, 2 weeks, and 50 days. Okay, that's so reasonable. To praise Vladimir Putin for bombing cities, the reasonable stance is to delay aid or even just block aid. The reasonable stance is to stop sharing intel. The reasonable stance is to call Zelensky a dictator, and the reasonable stance finally is to promise anti-air systems and just delay them indefinitely. That is the most reasonable stance. And I guess according to Mr. Lavrov, supporting Ukraine against a genocidal regime conducting an invasion is just unhinged Europeans. That this reasonable approach, which includes a willingness to dialogue and a willingness to listen and hear, a willingness to throw Ukraine under the bus, translation of this whole gibberish, will not go unnoticed by the Europeans, despite all the current discussions about the need to arm the Kyiv regime again and again and again, at the expense of European taxpayers, Lavrov stated according to Russia Today. That is really low effort propaganda. That is really low. But the worst part is that there are definitely people that this will work on. There are definitely people that they will hear this and it'll be like, hey, I am a taxpayer. And I don't want my money to go to I don't know, funding the Kiev regime again and again and again and again and again. And probably people that this will work on. While Trump had pledged to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict, he admitted last month that resolving the war was more difficult than people would have any idea. Listen, I hate to be this person. I hate to be, I don't know. I hate to praise myself too much. I actually hate to praise myself at all. Anybody that knows me will, I don't know, attends to the fact that I hate to praise myself at all. But the moment Trump took office, I said, and I quote, it'll be just like with healthcare during his first term. You remember when Trump very arrogantly during his first term came in and was like, I'm going to fix American healthcare. I'm going to make it cool and great. And then he basically didn't and said, who knew healthcare was so difficult? I didn't know. I could not have predicted that healthcare was such a complicated topic. But before he was like, yeah, easy. I'm just going to come in and fix it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then, well, no, it's complicated. It's much more complicated than I anticipated. And now we're seeing the same thing with Ukraine. I'm going to come in, I'm going to step in, I'm just going to end it. Just like that. Part of the deal. I'm going to end it immediately. Joe Biden, this is Biden's war. This is the Democrats' war. And now it's, oh no, once again, this is far more complicated than I could have ever anticipated. And, this is just a pattern. It's just a pattern with Mr. Donald. Who knew politics were so hard? I know, right? This is just... Well, so far, direct talks between Russia and Ukraine, facilitated by Washington, have not produced tangible outcomes and have primarily focused on humanitarian matters such as prisoner exchanges and recovery of soldiers. Remains Russia Today noted. By the way, there were new talks right now, okay? While all this has been happening, the protests, the bill, what have you, there was a new round of negotiations, and guess what? No progress was made. What a shock. Are you surprised? Are you surprised to hear that a new round of negotiations brought no progress when it comes to peace? But Russia had agreed to exchange more prisoners of war. 3,000, I think. No, how many? I don't know. I don't even remember the number. But there's going to be an exchange of prisoners of war. And there's going to be... Oh no, the 3,000, I think the 3,000 is about the exchange of dead bodies. That's the exchange. Because there's gonna be exchanging dead bodies of soldiers. And there's gonna be an exchange of prisoners of war. But part of the deal. It's gonna be also. I might as well note while we're talking about this that, believe it or not, Russian family members of Russian soldiers actually don't want the exchange of prisoners of war. Did you know? Did you know that the relatives of Russian soldiers do not want the exchange of prisoners of war? And do you know why? I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm not gonna give you a hint. I'm just gonna tell you. It's because they figure that if the soldiers are in Ukrainian captivity, at least they will live. Yeah, that's right. The Russian families bank on their relatives being prisoners in Ukrainian captivity because until, as long as they're kept captive, they will not die. Because when they get exchanged, Russia just sends them back to the front line to die. So the relatives are like, maybe they should just stay captive so they will not die. It is what it is. Trump has held multiple conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin, and a little bird, and by little bird I mean President Donald Trump himself, has noted that all of the conversation have been excellent. Okay, so instead of saying that he has held multiple conversations, I should be saying Trump has held multiple excellent conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin in recent months. According to Russia Today, Trump recently criticized Putin for resisting a settlement and warned of sanctions against Russia and its trade allies if the conflict is not resolved by autumn. 50 days deadline. What will happen? Will the deadline be met? Will Russia just sign peace in 50 days? Terrified of Donald Trump's secondary tariffs or sanctions, because I guess the words just became interchangeable. Sanction, tariff, it's all the same now. The rules of engagement have changed forever. In response, the Kremlin conveyed a measured stance towards the US president's remarks. I'm pretty sure they just rejected the whole 50-day deadline, and reiterated its commitment to continuing talks with Washington. RT quoted Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov as saying the US should instead focus on influencing Ukraine, as always. What has the US been doing all this time if not pressuring Ukraine, by the way? What do you mean you should focus instead on influencing Ukraine? That has been the strategy of Trump from the get-go. To pressure Zelensky, to pressure Ukraine, and put zero pressure on Russia, the invader. Ridiculous, of course, but what can I say? And it's the Europeans that are unhinged, I guess. It appears that the Ukrainian side takes all statements of support as signals to continue war, not as signals for peace. That's ironic, considering that during all the negotiation talks, during all of this, all that Russia has been doing is to increase the level of attacks, increase the level of bombings, increase the level of drone strikes. So I don't know which side really takes all of this as a signal to continue attacking. Oh wait, it's Russia. It's Russia, absolutely. Russia is taking all of this as a signal, as a green light to escalate, and it's using this opportunity fully. It's been a very intense timeline. So that's interesting. That is a bit impromptu. That was a bit... I gave you a little bit of an unexpected segment. Europeans, please stop being unhinged. Please listen to Trump's reasonable stance and just allow Russia to do whatever the hell it wants. That's the takeaway from this segment. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying yourselves as we are witnessing the world go to hell. I am enjoying myself. Why do people watch drama? Why do people engage in drama content when all the drama that you could possibly need is on the world stage? You don't really need interpersonal drama between streamers. Oh my gosh, this guy slept with this guy or gal. Hello, Jade Sparks on Twitch chat. You don't need interpersonal drama. When you can have intercontinental drama, you can have drama between countries and empires. Oh no, Europe is acting unhinged. They're not letting us have our invasion in peace. What is happening here? Why is Europe so unhinged? Why does it want to arm Ukraine time and time and time and time again when they could be reasonable like Donald Trump and screw over Ukraine? First time, Jade Sparks. Have you ever been here before? You're in for a treat because I'm about to talk about the second round of protests. Russia has a very drama-brained government. How's your day going? Oh, how's my day going? So, I haven't been bombed today, which is good. Russia has decided to not attack the city with drones today. So I guess that makes my day pretty good. I have attended the protest against the infamous bill. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the topic. The protest in Kyiv was much bigger than the one yesterday. There were a lot of people chanting various slogans such as 1, United Ukraine, 3, Ukraine, disgrace, Ukraine is not Russia, stuff like that. Very nice, very, a lot of energy, a lot of purpose. You could tell that most people came to the protest for a very specific purpose. A lot of people brought their pets, interestingly enough. A lot of people brought their dogs. I have gotten a lot of footage of big and small dogs during the protests. I have gotten a lot of very chungus and cash money. Wait, what does that have to do with what? Okay, I have no clue what this comment is in reference to. But then again, you like calling streamers short, and you cannot do this against me. I'm not sure. Which country are you from? Okay, I'm gonna let you guess. Let's turn it into a game. Let's turn this into a game. What country am I from? You should guess from my accent. You should be able to guess. Where am I from? I'm gonna let you guess once, and if you get it, I will compliment you. And if you won't, I'll just tell you, I guess. Also, should I just give you a full introduction to myself? Don't forget, I like calling people stinky, says fake Alex Kyle Parker. England! Wait, do I have an English accent? You're not serious. You're not being serious. You don't think I'm from England. You do not think I'm from England. That's impossible. No, okay, guess seriously. Give me a serious guess, okay? My accent does not indicate that I'm from England. It's impossible. Isn't that right? Okay, I want a serious guess. You do not think I'm from England. I don't believe that to be the case. British? No, I'm not British, Maya Mayor. So try again. UK? Okay, that's very funny. It's the same thing. No, I'm not from the UK. I'm not from the United Kingdom. I'm not from the United Kingdom, okay? That's not my country of origin. I'm not British, okay? I'm not. I think you're mistaking me with a different streamer called Chud Logic. I guess, fair enough, we look very similar. We have a very similar facial structure, Chud Logic and I. We could be twins. We could be mistaken for one another. It's an honest mistake. Give me a hint. Eastern Europe. That's my hint. It's a huge hint as well, okay? Saying that it's Eastern Europe is a big hint in its own right. While you do this, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. I'm gonna do the nice thing. There you go. This is my dog. When we're in the chill mood, when we're in the chill zone, I turn on the Fido. That's his name, Fido. When we do the chatting with the chat, we turn on the Fido. So that something is happening on the screen. Okay, I gave you the hint. I gave you the hint. Now you have to try and guess. There's even the ambience of him making sounds. I do like Fido. He's a very lovely dog. Yeah? Do you have a new guess as to where I'm from? Or do you give up? England. Incredible. Incredible. Incredible stuff. I should be talking about the protests and stuff. Oh, there's an ad break on Twitch right now. You know what? I might as well. U.S. ambassador reveals why Trump thinks Canada is mean and nasty. I don't know. This is a serious news site, and I feel like I'm reading The Onion. Okay, Trump thinks Canada is mean and nasty. You cannot make this up. It just feels like a parody. You just feel like a one big joke, as the girl that I interviewed lately said. The Ukraine theater strike. Hold up. Oh. This page is blocked. U.S. judge denies bid to unseal Epstein grand jury transcripts because this is where we are right now. Obfuscation, distraction, and we will not see these files unsealed ever because fuck you. That's why, I guess. See, we're having a nice time. We're having a nice time chatting about the news. We're deciding which news to talk about. So no Epstein list for you. You just have to take Trump's word for it. Tulsi Gabbard says Hillary had reliance on heavy tranquilizers because that is the most important thing now. Hillary Clinton's reliance on heavy tranquilizers. That is the best use of the US national media for Tulsi Gabbard to talk about the reliance of Hillary on whatever the hell. Brilliant. Brilliant. The United States is in a really good place. I'm a tour guide in North Korea. This is what everyone gets wrong about it. Oh, I want to see what everybody gets wrong about North Korea. If I'll be allowed, I guess. Will I be allowed? No, I guess not. I guess not. The page is not working. Hold on. Is the internet working at all? No. Am I still live? The browser is not working. What the hell? My internet is not working. Oh, rip. Rip. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, because the browser does not seem to be working. I have no clue if you're still alive. Are we? Anyone? Am I still alive? Just for some reason the browser just stopped working. The internet is giving me troubles. Can't reach this page. Can go to Google. Brilliant. Nope. You're right. Well, the browser does not work. So whatever I have planned that involves browsing the browser, I have to make do with my charming personality and Fido footage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize to all of you profusely. I did not mean for this to happen. I did not mean to hurt you. Okay, I didn't mean for this to happen. But the browser just does not work. Maybe I should just get a better browser. Because if I'm live and the internet works. Oh, hello, Dr. Johns. How are you? Oh, no, the browser started working. The browser has been revived. Very slowly, though. Very, very slow. Oh no, it says connect to the internet. The browser tells me that I'm not connected to the internet. You're offline. Check your connection. Check your privilege. Check your internet privilege. So there we go. Let's see. We're having a very lucky night tonight. We're not getting bombed, and that is always a blessing. Not getting bombed is always a type of blessing in on itself. How are you, Dr. Jones? How have you been on this fine day? Tired? Tired of what? Okay, I have to connect to the internet. Or I try connecting to the internet. We have to do our best because it seems like I'm not connected. Alright, I'll just get full screen. Working long hours. I get that. Okay, so protest. Protest number 2. Round 2 of the protests. A lot of people, a lot more than yesterday. Big energy. All of the people wanted one thing. They hate the fact that Verkhovna Rada has passed the bill that basically rendered anti-corruption organization useless. We've talked about it. There's a whole segment about it, which I've uploaded. People hate that Zelensky signed the bill, even though people have been protesting yesterday all over the country, asking him not to do it, telling him it's a bad idea. He signed it anyway. He cited some reasons about Russian influence. That is the only way to cleanse the organizations from the Russian influence via putting them directly under the Prosecutor General's control, which I have no clue how that serves to clean out the Russian influence, but I guess that's not important because it seems that the European Union does not like what's been happening. It's tripped a lot of red lines for the European Union because one of the most important, I'm not sure if you're aware, but one of the most important conditions for joining the European Union is having a clear record when it comes to corruption, at least upon entry, because we all know how Hungary is right now. We all know that Hungary is in the European Union and it's not exactly a corruption-free country, but as you enter the European Union, you're supposed to have your corruption handled. You're supposed to get rid of it, or at least lower it to acceptable levels before you're able to join the European Union. And this move by the Verkhovna Rada, this move by Zelensky of passing this bill that basically puts the organizations that are supposed to overlook the government directly under the government's control, have tripped quite a few alarm bells in the European Union that has said you better reverse course or your path to the European Union will not be a smooth one. That's one. And of course, there's been a wide international backlash to this whole thing. Among them, of course, from Poland. Poland has been ringing alarm bells, or at least the most popular Polish politician has been ringing alarm bells. Sikorski, who, by the way, has been given an upgrade, a promotion in the political sphere, elite world, but that's a whole different topic. And as all of this happened, Zelensky has, I guess, sort of kind of decided to change course. So I guess the protests combined with international backlash, combined with the European Union backlash has caused this reversal. And now Zelensky has apparently announced a presidential bill introducing, after signing this bill that guts the organizations and makes them take away their independence because they were independent. The whole point of these organizations was that they were independent of the government so that they could, go after the government's corruption. So this bill took away that independence. And now, after all the backlash, after all the pressure, Zelensky has announced that he will be pushing forward a new bill, a presidential bill that will restore that independence. So all this so far, it seems that it has been a huge mess that is just being undone for nothing, because all that it has accomplished to do is to make Ukrainian people angry and to create division where there should be none at a critical moment in the war. Because let's not forget, just because the Verkhovna Rada has decided to gut the anti-corruption efforts, and just because people have gone out to the streets to protest, it does not mean that war has been put on hold. The opposite, in fact. It is quite remarkable that so many people have went to the streets to protest against the government, even though the ever-present threat of bombs and drones was present. It's still present. I'm pretty sure the protests are ongoing. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. The people are not accepting a Ukrainian that is ruled by corruption, even if the necessary step to push Ukraine to a better outcome is to risk being bombed or drowned. Because as we know, a big gathering in the middle of the cities, because the same thing happened in Lviv, the same thing happened in Kharkiv and many other places. Gathering of thousands upon thousands of people is a prime target for Russia, so it is a huge risk, of course. Gatherings like this are a huge risk. The only reason why Russia has not capitalized big time on it is because Russia probably likes the division. Russia probably enjoys the destabilization factor, which is, of course, another reason why this sort of thing should be, this sort of thing should be resolved quickly. At least it seems like I've been saying yesterday that I sure hope that things will move in a better direction, that this will not just devolve into a bigger and bigger and bigger mess. And it seems like Zelensky has decided to change course after the pressure and is proposing this bill that will reverse somewhat this bad bill. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see the details of the new presidential bill, because before any determination if things are getting better can be made, we have to know the details of this presidential bill. Any questions? Any thoughts? Do you have any questions that you want to ask me? Oh, my stomach hurts. No questions about my little update about what's been happening in the field? We're back to Fido then. We're back to Fido footage. I keep wondering if this stream is even live because of how bad the internet works right now. Like the fact that the browser is not even working, that's very worrisome. It worries me a great deal. I have no clue how I'm even going to end the stream, which in itself is a little bit of a statement. Because to end the stream, I have to access the studio. I have no clue. Do I have to start? Her siren. Spoke too soon. Well, I guess we're getting bombed after all. We are getting bombed. I can hear the air sirens. What is it? Drones? Bombs? What is it? Let's look at the app. Ooh, what the hell? What is this exclamation mark? I've never seen this before. The spread of using high-speed missiles. Are the protests ongoing? So missile alert, I guess. We are in missile threat mode. This is a bit unnerving considering that there are protests going on. Gotta check if the protests are still ongoing. Last hour. Because yesterday the protesters have broken curfew. So there is no telling if they've not been I am a bit worried. We'll see. It'll be pretty, technically speaking, would be pretty bad PR for Russia to attack protesters like this. But then again, Russia doesn't really care about PR, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if we'll start hearing explosions soon or what. There have been a few times when explosions have been so loud that they've shook this very building. I'm gonna open the window to be able to hear better. Hold on. One moment. Well, at least there's electricity. Last year we didn't have electricity at this time of year, so that is a big improvement. I'm not sure if I'm talking to myself or if anybody is still here, all things considered. I just don't know. I know that the internet is having issues. What else is new? We'll see. I guess we'll have to see as the night continues. We'll have to see what's new. If anything gets hit. Oh yeah. You know what? I might just present the news of the hip. Okay, I might just do a little bit of talking nicely with this little Fido setup. Why not? It's not like people are super hungry for ultra details when it comes to Polish politics, right? It's acceptable if I just tell you loosely what I know and what's happening, right? Is that acceptable? Is that acceptable if I do a Vosh style of presenting the news? It works for him. He has a huge audience. So why shouldn't it work for me? I've got the charisma, I've got the personality, I've got the face. I've got the face of a streamer. Don't I? Don't I have the face of a streamer, of a real celebrity, celeb? Okay, so there's been a shake-up in the Polish government. There's no use hiding it. The coalition is in trouble. The ruling coalition, and by the ruling coalition I mean the Civic Platform and add-ons, because that is how it's treated. People think there's no duopoly in Poland, but that is a mistake. That is a mistake that is perpetuated because people think, oh, there are not just two parties in Poland. There's a bunch of parties and they form coalitions. But no, actually, there are two main parties that count in Poland. One of them is Law and Justice, the party that has been in charge for the last 8 years till 2023. Law and Justice, the Conservative Party, which, creates a coalition with some add-ons. The coalition's name was the United Right. And then there's the Civic Platform, which also forms a coalition with the so-called add-on parties. Poland 2050, the Third Path, the Left, PSL, what have you. All of these are just considered add-ons onto the Civic Platform, and together the Civic Coalition, that is, they form that coalition. And that coalition in 2023 wrestled power away from the Law and Justice Party, that is the TLDR of affairs. But the problem is, that's right, there is a problem. There's a problem in the premise, okay? The ruling coalition has always been held together primarily by being anti-law and justice. Okay, it formed as a means to get rid of law and justice. But at its core, it is a very diverse coalition. The left wing, the right wing, center right, center level, what have you? You've got it all there, okay? Which means that there's a lot of division within the coalition, which means that the coalition is very delicate, it's very brittle. There's a lot of disagreement within the coalition. Because as you can imagine, if you have the left wing and the right wing within the same coalition, you're going to have a bit of friction with topics such as abortion, for example, or gay rights, gay marriage, gay adoption. It's not even the thing that's discussed really, but I'm giving it as an example. LGBT rights. These things are going to be contentious within a coalition that is technically speaking supposed to be a united front. But it's not. It's not. Many things, many laws, many bills that the coalition wanted to pass, or rather certain parties from within the coalition wanted to pass, have been pushed against within the coalition itself. The coalition promised to make the abortion laws more liberal. But again, there's been a pushback within the coalition itself on these abortion laws. Hence, that is a problem. And now, in addition to all that friction within the coalition, the presidential election, as we all know, has been won not by the coalition candidate Trzaskowski, the president of Warsaw, but it has been won by the law and justice candidate Nawrocki. Nawrocki, who is a conservative historian, let's just say. And that is a problem because the president can veto bills. Which is something that Ukrainian people really wanted Zelensky to do, to veto the latest bill. And the thing is that Nawrocki, who already, it seems, will be a far more aggressive president than the one that we have had for the last 4 years, will veto whatever he will be able to from the ruling coalition. Which means that the coalition will be at an impasse. Technically speaking, the ruling coalition is governing in Poland, but all of its actions will be rendered useless if the president keeps vetoing any initiative that the coalition tries to push forward. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. And if the coalition cannot do anything, then it's basically paralyzed. And if a coalition is paralyzed, then the frictions within become even more pronounced. Okay? If we cannot do anything, then what is even the point of us? For example, and of course, the coalition holds a very brittle majority in the parliament, which is in itself a bit of an issue. The parliamentary majority that the coalition holds is not enough to overrule the presidential veto, which is also, as you can imagine, a problem for the coalition. And so there have been parts of the coalition, the parties within the coalition, that they have had meetings with Law and Justice discussing creating a new government. That has happened. Some people from the coalition have had meetings with Law and Justice people saying, hey, maybe we should reshuffle things. Maybe we should be redoing things. Maybe we should have this technical government that would be able to achieve anything, because in this coalition we're not able to achieve anything. And of course, Donald Tusk, to get ahead of all this, to foster unity within the coalition, has done a whole reshuffling in the government. Some ministries have been combined into one, some have been done away with altogether. seats have been given to different people from different branches of the coalition. And of course, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Radosław Sikorski, has been given a promotion, so to speak. He has become, in addition to being a Minister of Foreign Affairs, he is now the Deputy Prime Minister. So that is a step up in his political career. So things are a mess. Things are a mess in Poland. There is a real risk that Poland might once again slip into being ruled by the right wing. There's a risk that Poland might once again enter the path of doing away with its democracy, which has been very much the case during the tenure of Law and Justice, which is why all of the political opposition basically have united in 2023 to depose Law and Justice. But the problem with such coalitions is that they need to have goals that unite them beyond just beating the enemy. Okay, the enemy's beaten, what now? Oh, now it turns out that we actually don't agree on almost anything, so there's friction within our own group. Whoops. It's a problem. It's a big problem. And we actually, I don't know where it will lead. It is hard to say where this whole thing is leading. The entire coalition is now in a very brittle and, dare I say, delicate state. So there you go. I have given you TLDR news from Poland without reading a single word from any article. You should appreciate this. All with Fido ambience and Fido footage. Are you appreciating me now? Are you appreciating your favorite streamer more than ever right now? And we do this all while being bombed, or at least under the bomb alarm. Hold on, I have to refresh the page. So excellent. I think I'm doing an excellent job of this stream. Hold on, let's see if we're being... Let's see if the alarm is... No, the alarm is not over. The alarm has been in fact extended. Pereyaslav City. Pereyaslav City. Kyiv region. Rockets in the eastern part of Kyiv region heading south. Chernihiv, Poltava, and Kyiv regions missile danger. Well, that is it. We are in missile danger zone. There's been explosions as well. Cherkasy City. Mass media reports about explosions, missile explosions. The threat of using high-speed missiles. So the entirety of the country is, well, not the entirety, the east. Most of the east and central Ukraine is under missile threat right now. Let me see. Have they tried taking a lesson from the Democrats and doing fucking nothing but occasionally send a tweet about how this sucks? No, actually, the Prime Minister of Poland is trying to do a whole reshuffling of the government to save the situation, so that's a little bit more than tweeting. I would read the specifics of the reshuffling. Oh wait, the browser is working now. Okay. We might as well look into it now, okay? Google. Jesus Christ almighty, is the browser working now? EU condemns Zelensky's serious step back. No, I've spoken too soon. The browser is not working. The internet's still slugging along, not working as intended. Oh my gosh, what a stream. Well, never mind. Browser is not working. You are not connected to the internet, even though I'm streaming and people can see me, hear me, and whatever the hell. But I'm not live, apparently. I'm not connected to the internet. Lovely. Lovely indeed. Do I have any other news for you? Do I have any other news? What do I have for you next? Oh, my stomach. Poland, I've talked about it. Ukraine, I've talked about it. The protests, Zelensky changing course. What else do I have for you? Oh yeah, Stephen Colbert's. I'm a bit late on this. Okay, it's the late night show, but I might as well talk about it. I don't think there's super much details that need to be said. Stephen Colbert's thing has been shut down. Trump's been obviously dancing on the corpse of his show. Very happy that the media that made fun of him and criticized him have been shut down. Pretty big show, pretty well known. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this little public figure called Stephen Colbert. If you're familiar, I have known of his existence for quite a while, for quite a few years. I've watched him on occasion. Pretty funny, I guess. Not funny that he is being shut down. He even left a message to Trump. If I recall, it is, go fuck yourself. It is not good that the media is being shut down in the land of the free. I thought America was the ultimate democracy with the ultimate... Oh yeah, there's one thing that I would really want to talk about. A whole thing that has been grinding my gears all day today. I'm really angry about it, okay? And I want to share my anger with you, my annoyance. Because people have this weird, distorted image of what democracy is, and I have to set people straight. Because I have heard this from big figures, small figures, middle figures, and I just cannot stand it anymore, okay? People have been spreading this argument of, oh, look at the protests in Ukraine. They've been peaceful, nobody has been shot, the police has not brutalized anybody, and it's cool because people can protest, and that means that there is that signifier of a healthy democracy. Okay, let's buy it. Let's go with this argument that if people can protest without being brutalized and beaten by the police or shot at by the police, that means that the country is a healthy democracy. Hungary. People demonstrate in Hungary. People organize protests in Hungary. Orban never orders any of the protesters to be brutalized, to be attacked, which is largely because he himself has run on the platform of being anti-police brutality against protesters, but that's neither here nor there. He simply cannot. It would be a death sentence to his image if he sent the police to be brutal against protesters. But all that notwithstanding, is Hungary a healthy democracy? Just because people can go out there, protest, and not be brutalized by the police, which has been happening. Is Hungary a healthy democracy? The answer is no. No, no, it's not. It absolutely isn't. Hungary under Orban is absolutely not a healthy democracy. So stop perpetuating this whole nonsensical notion that just because people can go out to the street, protest, and not be completely brutalized, that makes a country a healthy democracy, okay? It takes a bit more. Like, this has pissed me off quite a lot, and I needed to vent about it. And the stream is a perfect place. The stream is a perfect opportunity for me to point out that no, it's not the winning argument that many people think that it is, okay? Just being able to protest alone is not the marker of the healthiest of democracy. Just so you are aware. I think the internet is working really, really slow. I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's. We have dropped quite a few viewers. Nothing's working, so maybe we should just stop the stream for tonight. I had so many cool things planned for tonight, but I guess that's just not in the cards. I'm sorry. I apologize to all of you. I love you all. Especially since Trump announces a largest deal ever. Jesus Christ, the largest deal ever. What sort of title is that? Largest deal ever with Japan. Claims US to gain 90% profits. Have you heard about the largest deal ever? People accepting a negative peace just because they don't see blood. Yeah, basically. Just basically. I hate this argument. I hate it with a passion. Hey, look, we're not getting beaten on the streets. Everything's great with the democracy. The bar is indeed very low. Very, very, very low. All right. I think we need to finish stream, but I have no clue how to go about it without the browser working. I have no idea how to end stream. Because I have to go to the YouTube studio and finish it. But I cannot, it seems. YouTube. Oh? In the meantime, how's everybody doing? My apologies. My apologies for the streams. I don't know. My apologies for the state of the stream. My deepest apologies. Oh, Kyiv is safe. Kyiv is no longer under threat, it seems. Well, that's great. That's great. You have to do it from the phone somehow. Won't I? my goodness. Oh, I just took my bunny out for a walk in her stroller. Oh, now it works. Okay, YouTube Studio. Let's go. Wait, now it works perfectly. Now that I've said that I want to end stream, the browser works perfectly. Is that a sign? Is that a sign that I should give up? Should I do a new topic? Could NATO collapse and what would happen next? Well, damn. Could NATO collapse? Human scientists create a living computer made from living human cells. Okay, just let's. Okay, now it works. Now it seems to work perfectly. All right, let's see. Could NATO collapse? NATO, the Transatlantic Alliance using 32 countries, was founded in 1949. Okay, so why would it fall? NATO's daily operations, overseen by former Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte, who is an open ass-kisser. Power of Article 5. Shifting US focus raises concerns. Of course it does. Trust and division at NATO's core. Admiral Stavridis cautioned that deep divisions, especially over US reliability as a partner, could fracture NATO, potentially leading to its end and the emergence of a new European treaty organization, ETO. ETO sounds. It does have a sound to it. Well, we'll give it that it does have a sound to it. ETO. What do you think? Is this a valid concern, or is this just a bunch of fear-mongering? ETO, yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna snipe a few streamers before we continue because I'm feeling betrayed. President Sunday is apparently doing a bunch of drama. I'm gonna turn Fido off. Even though I know you love him very much. You love him just as much as I do. Guts has lost his way. He's like Yamcha now. He's in the Yamcha pose.
Allowable. You can't tell me that it's not degenerate to.
Oh no, he's watching the philosophy guy. He's watching the philosophy guy that has been criticizing him for 3 hours. I'm actually pretty interested in what this, because this philosophy person has put forward a theory that I do not vibe with, which is, I guess, objectivity is when a thing can object to stuff, okay? So if I object to trans rights, then I'm being objective about trans rights somehow. He's still watching that? Oh yeah, he is. Wait.
Be engaging in
Yeah,
anal
yes.
sex and blowjobs and all those things.
What? What the fuck? What did I just hear? What?
Be allowable. You can't tell me that. Once you have an objective ethics perspective as to like what is actually like allowable,
I was not prepared to snipe a fellow streamer and be like, and start hearing about blowjobs and stuff, but here we are.
can't tell me that it's not degenerate to be engaging in anal sex and blowjobs and all those things.
What? You cannot tell me that it's not degenerate to engage in blowjobs, anal sex, and all those sorts of things. If you have my, I don't know, ethical code or something. What did we stumble into? Blowjobs and anal sex.
You know, straight couples do those things, right?
Yeah, they do. They do blowjobs, they do anal sex, yeah. But at that moment, the straight couples actually become gay.
And a lot of gay couples don't. Gay people doesn't mean anal. That's not what that means.
You're missing out. Oops. Did I say that out loud? Sorry. This is a family-friendly show. Forget I said that.
I think maybe a little bit of Nietzsche would work here. You know how he talks about Socrates, like maybe Socrates and those old Greek philosophers, maybe they, not all of them, but maybe those philosophers that like had contempt for life were just very old and sick. And so of course they had contempt for life. Life for them was being sick. And not being alive meant not being sick. Maybe the concept of sex just causes you a lot of pain, Tony. Maybe either you're disgusted by it or you can't acquire it, or both. Human beings are groupuscules. We are multiplicities. We have a whole lot of things that can work at odds with each other. You can be sex disgusted and also turned on. A very unfortunate combination, but it
Uh-oh.
People with dysphoria suffer from that quite a bit. I think this is a you problem, Tony.
Is it?
I think, for whatever reason, sexuality causes you great discomfort.
Oh.
I won't speculate as to why, but it does.
You're speculating now. The
You
speculation.
comfort yourself by elevating
You're doing speculation now.
your abstinence from it as actually an expression of virtue.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're actually just more. You're just closer to the true than people who are closer to the snoo.
You ought not do it. It's not like, oh well, God says it's bad. It's demeaning to yourself, and you know it.
Having pleasure is demeaning to myself? What if, well, I mean, some people like being demeaned, so. Okay, why am I getting into this? Why am I explaining these things? Oh. That is the topic that is being presented to me. That is the topic that I have to analyze. I have no choice. As a responsible streamer, I have to engage with the subject matter.
Of course, after a certain point, once you engage in certain things, you just kind of like get rid of the shame for yourself, and you're like, well, I like it now.
I mean,
Yeah, you can get used to any shameful thing if you really want to, but you really shouldn't, and it
Why?
shouldn't be normalized. And you
wait, hold on. Why not? Why shouldn't it? Why? That's my question. Why should it? Why? Hold on.
shouldn't be, but you really shouldn't.
Why?
And it really shouldn't be normalized, and you certainly shouldn't be giving an example to kids.
Why would you talk about sexual things with kids to begin with? Any type of sexual things. Are there sexual things that are acceptable to talk to kids about? As long as it's not anal or a blowjob?
should be giving an example to kids. You shouldn't be giving an example to what you mean, like how they have penis and vagina aisles in toy stores. That's what those pink and blue aisles mean, by the way. If you have balls, you get action figures. If you don't, you get Barbie.
And there's no shortage
Pseudo-fascist? No, a fascist sued. Slim distinction, but important.
of men and women pairs who would adopt. So I see
There's a dearth of people who will adopt. Like there's a shortage of people who will adopt.
no reason for why you should put kids in an abnormal family situation like that.
Because maybe they're actually healthy relationships that are resourced, and you have a bunch of kids that need homes.
Wait, are you asking me? Or are you asking this guy? Or are you asking President Sunday? Who are you asking? Oh God, it's the Antonio Wolf. Sunday used to respect him and think he had potential. He had that blunder quite a few times. Haswick. Yeah. Why can't he see the potential in me? What is wrong with my potential? Okay? He sees the potential in all the world, in all the worst people, but he doesn't see it in me. Okay? I looked away for 1 second and suddenly you're talking about sex as kid. Okay, I said, because, okay, listen, I have to, Jesus Christ. This guy, the President Sunday is, okay, this guy, President Sunday is reacting to, said, you shouldn't do anal, you shouldn't do blowjobs, and you shouldn't give this example to kids. Which makes me question, which makes me want to ask that guy, wait, hold on, are you saying there are acceptable sexual things that you should be exposing kids to that are not anal or blowjobs? I know he said this dude they're homophobic, but I mean he did, but he did just a little bit. Oh boy.
And it's better to put them into homes with loving partners that have the resources and the ability.
Also, what makes a family situation abnormal? What is more normal? Let's take two guys, okay? What is a more normal family situation? Two men, they love one another, they're both very kind, loving, they will raise the child in a very friendly environment. Or a straight couple, very hateful, they always argue, they're always at each other's throat and would scream at the kid. What is the more abnormal situation? There you go. I'm putting this question forward. Would the second pair be more normal just because it's a man and a woman, even though I have given these variables for both pairs?
And the desire to raise kids and make them turn out.
Hey, voted for Smugbug content, not this. Well, you want me to go to Smugbug content? Okay, there you go. Dr. Jones voted for Smugbug content. There you go. I listened to... Who's this? Epstein Bombshell? Parker debates, Trump supports life. And Sunday poll at the start. Listen, I'm here to give you what you want. Okay? I'm gonna give you what you want. Smugbug. You wanted Smugbug content? I'm gonna give you Smugbug content. Whatever the hell Wait, what am I? Why can't I see anything on this channel? The Pawn Scam content. I guess this is what I'm supposed to be watching, right? The media company that controls Hassan, Hehe, and Desmond Gold. What? Oh, okay, what am I watching? Debate. Are we spreading dangerous propaganda? Aiko. We know what they've been hiding from us. President Sunday and Brooks both suck, unfortunately. There we go. We're gonna click on this. Okay? Because Dr. Jones demands it. My most active viewer demands that I go over smug bug content. Ta 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 ta.
Ah,
President Rande is not good at his job. Smug Sundays. Brooksuma Ksoda. Gomen ne otaku. Is what it says in Japanese. That Brooks is also shit. Apologies.
hello everyone.
Hello. Your audio is not very good. You should start up from for a microphone, just like I have.
What a beautiful day in Metropolis.
Why is your audio so bad? Your audio is worse than mine, and I'm using an inbuilt microphone for the laptop.
Great out here. The sun is shining.
What is
Everything's
this?
gone
What
super
is that sound?
well. There's been 0 attacks. I can't think of a better time to do a fun
There's been an attack on Kyiv.
little community
I cannot even say that there's been 0 attacks.
stream. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too terrible. We're just gonna relax. We're gonna. I don't know. We'll watch some
Oh
slot.
my god, get to the point. Please get to the point.
We'll just have a good time. We're just gonna hang out. What do you think?
Isn't Smugbug Destiny's butt plug? No, maybe Chad Logic's. What? What? I'm sorry? It was his or Aiko versus Resin. I have no idea what that was about.
Fishy.
No, me either. Me neither.
Everyone's-
Well, Smallback,
Ah!
it looks like Metropolis is saved once again a terrible setback for the Chinese Empire.
Yes. The Chinese Empire will be set back, I guess, by the existence of one more.
People watch this. More people tune into this than to me. I'm angry now. I'm angry and I'm feeling spite.
Western City. That's true. I suppose that's right. Yeah.
British humor, I swear to God.
Oh, I just things like the decadent West decline into artificial intelligence slaughter.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. When I talk about the AI, when I talk about the AI stuff, they love it. They love it. It's the reason they're here.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This is considered content nowadays. This is considered quality. Why do I even bother? Why do I even bother caring? Ponscom podcast are just eternal shit stairs, and that's all you really need to know. Brilliant. I'm doing this for the views and for the monies.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going on out in the world. Oh, didn't
Pretty, it's time for sleep, and I shall sleep. Depart. No!
Oh my god! Oh no! Who could that be? Is it the monster of the week? Fish!
My God, it's the president. He's taking the bots. Hands off. Small bot.
Yeah!
Do Sunday.
Yeah! I got this! Guys, I've been practicing aiming my laser. I'm gonna get rid of the terrible evil monster. Turn off my fan? Absolutely not.
Thank
Never.
you. I'll try to stay safe. It's okay. Keep this safe now. Why is he shrieking like that? Because, I don't know. If only he had a better microphone, which reminds me, please support my throne.
Happen. Get out of here, fiend!
Jesus Christ almighty.
Zoom. Aha! He can't take it! He can't take it!
How many live viewers does this guy get? Unironically. I have to ask unironically. How many viewers does this guy get? They got caught up in the Destiny leaks and had a whole thing with Aiko.
I I saved the bugs. I did it. There you go. Well, that was an anticlimactic story. That was it. That's the whole stream, guys. That's the whole stream. Nothing else is gonna happen. That was it. We're just gonna watch Super. Wait a minute! No! What's he doing? Chat! He's taking my dono bar! Stop! Stop! No! President Sunday! He's taking our monetization! No! My money! No! Right. That's it. We're taking him down. That's the only way.
Fuck's sake.
I'm getting my money back. He took our dono bar. We're gone. We're poor. We're gonna make 0 money today, and it's all his fault. God damn it. God fucking damn it. All right, hold on. Let me. I'm turning the fucking. Fine. I'll turn the fucking fan off. 1 second.
Really? That was the
Whatever,
fan?
this is not an edited.
That's why he had this horrible audio quality.
This is not an edited thing. Okay. All right. This is a one-man play. All right. This is my vagina monologues. All right. Wait, what filters are you putting on me anyway? What the hell? Do I sound worse than usual? Unlikely. Impossible. All whiz filters, alright, trying to hold me back. Stop! The fan is on! Oh my...
I think you looking on someone's stream when they were screeching at Aiko on stream last week. Oh yeah.
God, alright, hold on. Jesus Christ. City! And take down the president himself.
Okay.
Then you
Please.
would try to attack him via the drama stuff, right? The slop, you know. But I think we should tag President at his real source of power, the real power behind the throne, his heavy hitter, his most powerful warrior, his most powerful assassin.
Jesus Christ, get to the point. I hate this so much. What the fuck? I don't like to swear, but this makes me swear. It's not a filter, it's just your voice. Ouch.
Quarantine Collective,
Ouch.
the theory guy, Brooks. I actually wanted to take a look at one of his videos today and judge how well he does critique of other leftists, because I saw a bit of it and I was pretty fucking disappointed. I thought everyone around me has been telling me all fucking day that
Yeah, not enough slurs and not enough screaming and not enough stupid filler, I guess.
Brooks is like the guy. He's like the theory guy. You know, even if you don't think President Sunday has the actual big brain, at least he's got people in his community that are, you know, heavy hitters. People who are actually able to, like, handle the theory, do good critique, basically be the smart guy while he's, like, the fucking attack dog pitbull, right? But then I watched a Brooks video, and I've never been more fucking disappointed in my life. Jesus Christ. It was fucking, I thought it was...
I don't think you're equipped to be the judge of that, though. That's the problem. Like, you think you are, but from what I'm seeing, I don't think you are in the slightest, so... why should I trust your... whatever,
You're a
let's...
fucking anarchist. This shit is fucking... It's trash. It's garbage. It's terrible. So we're gonna look at that. Turn down the gain? Never. Civilization's loud, it's always loud. I'll turn down my voice. I'm gonna turn down the gain, okay? My voice is the problem. And also, I don't know, maybe we'll play some video game as well. Maybe we'll play some Haste while we're watching stuff. But I think we'll kick off by digging into the video in a little bit more detail, because it's been pretty fucking disappointing. I was
Okay, get to it. Jesus Christ almighty, get to it.
I was pretty upset. I was a pretty sad guy. So let's pull this up, which is very, very well prepared, of course. Always extremely well prepared. Always prepared for stream. I've never failed once. 20 bucks. For the deal, we get them. How about that?
Oh my god.
Is it clearly is not being...
You know, say whatever you want about me, okay? You can say whatever you want about me. It doesn't take me this long to get to the thing. It does not take me this long to get to the point.
Like,
this is agony.
oh my god. Go bold?
This guy thinks Destiny is intelligent. Okay.
Absolutely never. Oh god. Why? Why do I have to... 10 DMs? Okay, there we go. I don't know why that happened, actually. Whole wheel. That should be fine. We're throwing Brooks on.
Are we?
Together, folks. Okay, that's gonna be the entire purpose
No, he's
of this video, is
quieter.
to understand which of those two things, which of those two crimes, brought me to center. Either. Wazza! There we go. All right, nice. We've got the video now. As usual, I'll not be making fun of how someone looks, but as an anarchist, yeah, this guy just looks like a lot of anarchists I know. You know, it is what it is. What can
I'm not gonna make fun of how he looks, but I'm totally gonna make fun of how he looks. Okay.
I do? What can I do? I do my best. Okay. how's
Welcome to
your
the
You'd Roblox yourself if you watch they attempt to launder their position on Epstein with them, pussyfooting around the whole thing by referring to the game, all vague, alluding to him. Maybe no Brooks will remember you exist if you defend him enough.
fourth video in our series, wandering through books from the shelves behind me, as we talk through methodology here.
He's such a
not
meddler.
Simply
Bigger
content.
video.
Such a what?
Last week, method video.
I mean, I enjoyed my conversations with Brooks.
What can I do? I do my best. Okay. how's
Welcome
the
to
audio
the
coming
fourth
through?
video.
So what is wrong with Brooks's looks? Whatever. I just Epstein.
Our series, wandering through books from the shelves behind me, as we talk through methodology here.
He's such a
not
meddler.
Simply
Bigger
content.
video.
Last week, we spent a lot of time with David Orr as we worked through how the readings each of us undertakes are fraught with inferences and logic.
He roasted philosophy
We
tube.
don't
Yeah, and
know
that video I
that
think
we
was
know.
probably okay.
We don't understand.
You think was probably okay. You think it was probably okay. This sort of what you just said does not fill me with confidence that you're equipped to judge somebody else's performance.
That they're part of how we do things,
Fine.
even if it's just a poem a few lines long. David Orr gave us a wonderful, specific version of how inference breaks apart readings of something seemingly simple.
Okay.
But
There you go. You
we're not
happy?
really here about a poem.
So why are you disappointed? What's the disappointment? It's just okay.
Here is to make our way
Why does he
through
sound like
social
that? Why doesn't
spheres,
he
through
have a
philosophical
very
modern
shrill
thought. Our job here
anarchist
is
voice?
to
I don't know.
learn.
He doesn't. He has a normal voice. He has a regular voice. Just because you label him, just because he is either an anarchist or you label him an anarchist, it doesn't mean that suddenly everything he does is anarchist, from the voice to the looks to everything, okay? It's just stupid. And the poll is dead, so he could use a new host for a news show. I'm in. I do news. Okay? I could be a host. I think. I feel like I could do the job.
So for a little bit of context, okay, so President Sunday is someone you probably all know. Brooks is the power behind the throne. He's like his big theory guy. So Brooks will come on and he'll explain the really complicated theory that even President Sunday doesn't get. And, you know, I would kind of argue that President Sunday is not necessarily the best theory understander in the world. He's definitely got some big gaps that even I'm able to notice.
I find that difficult to believe. That Smugbug, the Ponscom podcast host, notices President Sunday's flaws within his philosophy knowledge, but you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna judge a book by its cover.
As someone who's not particularly well read when it comes to philosophy, anytime President Sunday veers near,
I don't think you're particularly well read in anything, to be quite honest, from what I'm hearing. But maybe again, judging a book by its cover.
a patch of stuff that I've actually read and feel like I've understood, I feel like I'm a little bit disappointed by the way that he describes stuff, but whatever, you know what, it's fine. I actually have fairly low standards for, like, philosophy communication. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think that the way that you build understanding is by, like, creating kind of a frame for people to understand, like, to sit on top of, like a little block, and then, like, they'll get the more complex version, and the more complex version, and the more complex version over time,
How deep?
until they... Who's President Sunday? Oh, shut up! President Sunday is a theory YouTuber and also a drama YouTuber, okay? Notable points...
We could always do our own show and call it Out the Unfold, since there's a hole in the market. True. We could. We should.
of President Sunday's career include him debating Destiny and then running away, debating me and then running away, debating Chud Logic and then running away.
Wait. Hold on. President Sunday debated Smugbug? What did they debate on? What was the debate about?
hence President Runday. He'll of course deny that he ran away in any of those instances. Then later he got involved in the Destiny Pixie drama, released a bunch of shit that I think he probably shouldn't have released, made a bunch of very, very stupid points. We're not going to be covering that drama today because I don't care. I really don't care. Okay, we've already done what we're going to do on that stuff. I like how you have Lily floating in front of the tiny screen. Lily just wanted to be included. What do you want from me? Right,
Unbearable. This laughter was unbearable.
you flap. Yeah, there you go. You flap around over there. You're fine.
Jesus Christ.
Lily's the main character. Okay. All right. Of course, she's the highest layer piece of OBS.
We still haven't gotten to the point, by the way. Still haven't gotten to the point.
President Runday. Yeah, coined by a certain snail. I would like to add that I was the very first person in the whole world, okay, to give him the name President Runday.
Incredible. You're a brilliant mind.
And it was after he ran away from me. And then it was co-opted by Chud Logic because he immediately, like a day later, went on Chud Logic's stream and ran away from him. I debated him while he was on while Chud Logic was on holiday, and I defended Chud Logic from him. Okay, I was one of Chud Logic's.
Oh, was Smugbug the person that just sort of came on for a few seconds and was kicked off President Sunday's stream? Was that President Sunday running away? Now I'm starting that it's starting to come back to me.
Attack dogs like Queeman.
Like I'm starting to.
So yeah, this is my origin story. Screen bigger. Oh, shut up.
Their origin story is pretty pathetic, admittedly.
No, okay. My aesthetics are
And
mine.
to do that,
Okay.
we need to spend time and understand what exactly builds the logic with.
Sorry, so for a little bit more context, basically this is part of his teaching series where I imagine the idea is he's going to critique something in order to give you like a working understanding of the theory being critiqued. Okay, which is fine. It's an okay way to do things.
Which we read these things.
I'm terrified.
Wow, your approval means everything to me, Smugbug.
of giant
David
birds,
Orr
yeah.
points out how we read the poem
How was
with
Queeman? I
ourselves
know.
at the center. But why do we do that? Well, Frederick Jameson has a fantastic answer for that in his book, Postmodernism, The Cultural Logic of Late-Stage Capitalism. You see, where we're at, this era, characterized by hyper-consumerism and the pervasive commodification of nearly all aspects of life, fundamentally reshapes our relationship as individuals with the world we live in. It fosters a profound egoization. Individuals are increasingly positioned as these sovereign consumers whose identity is curated through personal choices, the acquisition of experiences, rather than collective struggle or shared social roles. This extends to the commodification of the self, where even personal well-being, relationships, and self-actualization become products or services to be acquired for your individual fulfillment. Like, say, reading a poem and self-inserting your own importance in the way you view the world directly into it, right?
Is this old? Oh yeah, this is ancient Vosh. This is the end stage.
Oh, okay. So we have nothing to say about the substance of what he is talking about. So we have to make a low-level joke about him being old Bosch, so funny. This is so funny, ha ha ha. I don't understand what is being talked about, so I have to make a stupid joke. Yeah, this is gonna be amazing, I can tell. You see, you don't have to do this if you don't want. You voted for this. You voted for this to happen, okay? I'm just delivering the audience what it wants. I'm disappointed.
This is late stage. This is late stage Voshism. Yeah. Wait, you came up with Rundown?
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ah.
Hey, I don't know about that. Maybe I stole it from you. I'm. It's entirely possible. You were a fan of the stream back then as well. So you know what? As an OG,
Easy.
maybe it was yours.
See, this inward turn is mirrored externally to us by things we digest socially. Jameson says that a few things exemplify this turn, but nothing does it better really than pastiche, a fragmented array of styles and historical references, but devoid of critical distance, where the
Sunday stream was way funnier. I know, it was. And I voted in Sunday poll, not here, so checkmate. Yeah, but I stalk other streams to see what you want, to see the desires that you will not express here, and to fulfill them. There you go.
Individual becomes an assembler of these superficial signs for their personal gratification aesthetically. Yeah. So for example, Dr. House, he's a guy who's addicted to Vicodin and solving puzzles. He lives at 221B, some fucking street, with a companion who's always with him, slightly kinder, named Wilson. And he treats him...
Slightly kinder. It's such a good description of Wilson. Slightly kinder. Slightly kinder companion. I don't know why this amuses me so much. This description of Wilson. This is drama content, though. It's okay. We're gonna finish stream on this, and I'm not even gonna turn this into a segment. So,
a woman named Miss Adler in the pilot episode. None of these things themselves have depth or commentary, of course. They're simply elements referring to Sherlock Holmes, the addicted heroin guy who solves crimes living at 221 Baker Street, who tarries with another Miss Adler. Member berries. Empty, nothing references that get you to feel special by noticing them.
Okay, so I do think this is actually one of the better explanations of I wouldn't say this is all of postmodernism, but this is one of the better explanations. Using pastiche, the idea of just like assembling a horrible Frankenstein's monster of references and signifiers that don't really mean anything of themselves, and you're not really adding any meaning into them, you're just like doing a thing. So House is a really good example of that, of just like, oh, it's just doing Sherlock Holmes, and then it makes you feel clever for noticing that it's Sherlock Holmes. I'm just repeating what he said, but this is...
yeah, you are. You are just repeating what he's... Yeah.
A pretty good way of explaining postmodernism. The fish is being gay. The fish is a good
Caesar's
guy, okay?
Palace does this by being...
He's my friend.
Caesar's Palace.
He's such a
Disney's
cutie.
Main Street...
Didn't you just say in your opening thing that Brooks was shit?
Hey, these are great examples of the visual and architectural
He's just a little
element.
quiet, he's a little
Films
shy.
that I love. They're great, but they are pastiche in this way. Tarantino is basically guilty of this across the board. His entire filmography is
Oh, and also, it's worth noting that, like, enjoying pastiche, which, you know, like, that's not a bad thing. It's not terrible to notice a reference, get the dopamine hit, and then go, ooh, that's fun. But the problem is that it's so reliable that... Oh, God. Okay, what are we? We're, what, like 14 minutes into the stream? Capitalism! Unfortunately, the incentive structures of our modern day just mean that very, very reliable ways to get those dopamine hits are you know, all the values extracted out of them, and less reliable ways of getting those dopamine hits end up kind of falling by the wayside. So
Yeah, thank you for just saying what Brooks said in much simpler and... Okay.
pastiche becomes a major element of culture. I don't know if I mentioned this on the Superman episode.
Brilliant. You're just repeating what he said seconds ago in simpler words.
When I sat down to watch Superman, we were in the cinema, my favorite cinema, really, really lovely, bougie place. Okay, super great. I sat down and I was in such a good mood when I sat down with my darling wife, ready to watch Superman. And then I watched all the trailers, right? We got there early, we sat down, I watched every single fucking trailer. And by the end of all the trailers, I got major depressive disorder instantly. I just got the entire diagnosis. It all hit me all at once, okay? I got depressed.
Your life must be pretty empty if a movie can get you into that state.
Vibe shifted. My wife turns to me and she's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. And then she gives me a look that means, you're not fine, I can sense you're not fine, you're being a little bitch, speak up. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just in a bad mood now all of a sudden for no reason. And I thought about it for a couple of minutes, I realized I had seen 3 trailers with Pedro Pascal in them. I had seen 4 trailers of things that are just remakes of things. Like, I don't know if you remember sitting down 10 years ago to the cinema and looking at the trailers, and it's like just it's a bunch of new things. It's just lots of cool ideas, lots of little arty things. I remember 10 years ago we would sit down in the cinema and we'd be like, oh, another book adaptation, but it was a book you'd never heard of usually, right?
Okay.
Like it would be like a book adaptation. You'd be like, oh, Aragon, okay,
Wow.
fine, cool, whatever. But now it's just a remake of a remake of a remake. I sat there and I was like, this is like the third or fourth Fantastic Four movie I've seen in my life. Like, this is, I have not been alive that long, and I have seen all of these things
I can tell.
multiple times in my relatively short lifespan.
You see, I can bear this idiot's voice much longer. It's okay, I'm gonna finish stream soon. I have chores to do. Brooks better raid you for sitting through this, true.
And I got this wave of depression. And then Superman started. And the way that movie opens, which is, oh, spoilers, literally the first 10 seconds, is there's like a title card basically saying, yeah, so Superman fell to Earth. Anyway, we're moving on to the cool part of the story now. And I was like, oh my god, I don't have to see the start of Superman again. I don't have to see his stupid fucking origin story again. And I was immediately made happier because I didn't have to see a repeat of something. That whole movie was new. That whole movie was new. Was things that I hadn't seen. Was things I hadn't seen from Superman before. You know, I know they pulled little bits and pieces from All Star, whatever, but it was all given strong meaning.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
James Gunn is very good at giving a film meaning, right? Even if he is pastiching.
Really? I don't even know what to say to that.
Assembling lots of little signifiers together. He's assembling them with a purpose, with a goal, with a reason, with a meaning. For me, that's never been the case. It's always been like this. God, yeah, you're younger than me. Fuck. I don't know. Guys, never kill yourself, but honestly, I might have if I was your age. Holy fucking shit. I can remember. I forget. I can remember the before times. I remember the before times.
There you have it. 2.5 clan coins. There are...
You could at least put it at one. Oh yeah, I could. It's true. Good. Good call.
Non-fungible cryptocurrency only
Good call.
tradable by me. I like the idea of crypto, but don't want to harm anyone financially, so I'll eventually webpool myself. Also, smart. Change your eyes back to normal. Permanently.
Change my eyes back to normal permanently. Thank you so much, Clem. Okay. Oh god, that shifted some things. Alright, if you want me to move my eyes back, that's gonna also cost money. Sorry guys. That's a Clem. That's a Clem.
Brilliant. Jesus, I thought I could go on tangents. Hello, George. Pendragon. I feel like this is your first time on the stream, and I feel if this is your first time watching my stream, then this is a very, very brutal This is a very brutal, I don't know. This is not what my stream is about, okay? If this is your first time, then you're getting a fake glimpse into what my channel is all about. I'll tell you that.
Fish talks. So the fish talks when you donate. If you TTS, you can make the fish say anything you want as long as you want for $5. Very fun. Send it back. Send it back.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hear what he's saying. If it's gonna be 1.5.
I will change my eyes back for another donation. Clem has decided to undo my laser eye surgery. Sorry, folks. It's funny I show younger people Blade Runner and they just see all the references that other shit's been using aggressively since. Dude, I took my wife to see Blade Runner at same cinema. Like I took my wife to see Blade Runner because they were showing the OG. And yeah, I was like we were both sitting there. She was like, I feel like I've seen that before. And I'm like, fuck, you've seen everything lampoon Blade Runner to the point where you can't even enjoy the original anymore. Oh god. God. This isn't just a James Gunn meme. I know it's not just a James Gunn meme. Many artists, cultural producers are able to create great meaning even while using pastiche.
No, at one point, it's okay.
I totally agree with that. I just think James Gunn is one of very many people who are good at doing that. Is this discussion about pastiche? Yes, a little bit. It's about postmodernism and about this video that Brooks.
What a discussion! So deep.
That's right. I just want to say, Brooks, this is good educational shit. This first few minutes, very, very good. Great way to explain postmodernism to a lay audience. I like it. Pastiche is very good.
Didn't you say that it was shit?
Good way of doing it. Very, very good framing device. Excellent work. Top marks. Excellent.
Pastiche. They're forms without critique. Jackie Brown is not.
Oh.
Okay, I can make it. Now we're getting Brooks, so.
I suppose you're right. Yeah, it's all fucking. But see, I don't know. Okay, all right. The point of pastiche, I think, right, is that you're supposed to be enjoying the signifiers. But I think what Star Wars did is it took signifiers from like Japan and Western things that people hadn't really seen assembled in that way. So I would say that was transformative in a way that pastiche usually isn't. Modern Star Wars, of course, is all pastiche of Star Wars, 100%. But the original Star Wars was like taking elements from Japanese stories. I can't remember, what was it? Roshan? No. archetypes are not pastiche. I wouldn't say archetypes are pastiche. You know what is pastiche?
Okay, pastiche is not just when you take elements from something, okay? It's not just when you take... That's not... What?
The TV show Community, right? The way that Abed does, like, references archetypes, that is itself a pastiche send-up of Campbell, and the reason is because, fuck, what's his name? Dan Hartman? No. Harmon. Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon is a huge fan of Campbell. I'm a fan of Campbell too. But he's a huge fan of
Pastiche
Campbell.
is not when you take elements of something. It's when you reference the thing.
Also, he likes doing the archetype thing. So that would be like a sort of pastiche. It also has elements from World War II, yeah. Unfortunately goated. Rick and Morty. Yes! Yeah! Rick and Morty!
Remind me to never say stuff in chat again. Sunday would have a stroke if he had to sit through this.
Rick and Morty, I'm gonna listen. I watched the latest season of Rick and Morty, and you know what? Didn't hate it. Was fine. Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like season 15 of The Simpsons, in that it's like moderately funny, kind of okay. There's occasionally an okay idea there. It's never able to recapture its greatness, but it's fine. You know, it's just comfortable. It's comfortable viewing. It also did hit a peak of being up its own ass intellectual bullshit. And then it came back down.
The title of this stream is President Sunday and Brooks both suck, unfortunately. I'm not being convinced.
At peak, because it realized...
The only thing I'm being convinced is that Smugbug sucks, actually.
That it was incredibly cringe and it had to uncringe itself. So it's a little bit more like sincerely...
I don't know how to skip.
Aware of its shittiness, especially in earlier seasons. Why would you hate it? It's made for you. I hate you, Wiz, and you were made for me to toy with. Like, actors are better than the fact that, yeah, Elitist heroes are, that would be too many Kirk.
Just doing the thing, and they're doing
Okay, here we go.
mocking or sending up Foxy Brown. They're just doing the thing, and they're doing things that make you happy to see it done well. Yeah, it's tough. See, this leads to a pervasive depthlessness and a waning of affect, where profound historical and social dimensions pull back, they recede.
I just stole President Sunday's meme. Okay, all right. That's it.
And it leaves only this sort of immediate surface sensation. The consequence is a historical amnesia, where the past is reduced to decontextualized images for individual consumption. This isolates you, the ego, in this eternal present, detached from any enduring collective narrative or historical accountability.
Blinking is very unpleasant with the new eyes.
Thanks to this.
Oh, wow. So he's just basically talking over the material, not commenting on it in any way, and just adding noise. Brilliant.
It doesn't just mean that we get Marvel films loaded with a billion references to a billion things, but instead that every bit of content we digest is devoid of critique or commentary. See, when I talk to you about how people teach you riddles, that's the problem.
There's nothing wrong with... Okay, hold on. With well done fan service, the squirrel saved in Superman was peak fan service. I wouldn't call that fan service.
Oh my god, he's really... The title is about how Brooks sucks, but he's not addressing anything that Brooks is saying.
Fan service, right? Superman is all-powerful. Like, his moral code goes down all the way to sort of the end state of his squirrel. Not just because, you know, I think it touched my little vegan thing. We cry instantly. I was like, that's my Superman. It's nice... when people if someone were to call me soy right now, fair enough, or like, you know, 5 spirit bomb of like cultural to convey a meaning, and the meaning is squirrels are valuable. About that, yeah, no, I'm a vegan. I care about animals, not brown people. But when he checked if I'm like, I cried when the corporate fan service. Yeah, that would be, I guess that would be fan service. Yeah, artistic quality of the piece of art and how it makes you feel. Lol. I agree. I want to be super clear. None of that was originally devised as a critique, but broadly speaking, it's like a neutral. Pastiche has basically dominated all other forms.
Process I'm referring to. They're sharing with you, signifying
this is literally its fan service when I don't like it. No, fan service is a broad term. I think of fan service as like. The quintessential fan service to me is like you're watching a random anime and then like the camera slams into a girl's panties or something. You know, that's why I call it fan service to me. It's not always to be like just a reference to something. That's not real. Okay, but from my experience, all anime, and then they'll send me something that they're shot for no reason. Like they're so used to it. See what I'm saying, Wiz? Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, you're the special guy. I guess all of your anime is perfect and correct. All of the anime I've ever seen is bad. But I don't know. I gave 3 episodes. And there's no give me an anime that then I quit after the one. Steins Gate. There's like a dude to her, but yeah, I forgot about that. Like you anime refuse to acknowledge it. Scavenger's Reign, not an anime. I will not be taking requests. I will not.
Phrases, styles, that in
Stay mad.
turn you can share with others mimetically. There's
Full Metal
no
Alchemist.
Is anything that this person says going to be a critique of the actual video?
Maybe one day I'll watch Full Metal Alchemist. Multiple Wiz tried to get me to watch it and I still haven't, but I can believe that maybe it's meant to be clear. Like, I'm okay with weird sexual shit. What I'm not okay with is weird sexual.
What the fuck's going on?
Absolutely perfect. Everyone is dressed like that. Of course, there's like a fucking lolly shotgun thing. Actually, no. Shut up. Belle Delphine today.
The title is that Brooke sucks. Brooke sucks, unfortunately.
The point, but the nice thing is that
with desire. It's
if it's set in the
Thank
whereas
you.
most anime doesn't. What was this video about? Who fucking knows?
systemic critique. It doesn't connect with desire. It's
If it's set in the future, it's okay to have panty shots. If the panty shots have,
not even commentary. It's
we get it. Fans of penis. Yeah,
Commodity.
fair.
It's a really difficult concept to get across.
I've said my piece.
I honestly, I've been trying to figure out how I would do this for a while. What I need is a video where, I don't know, some simulacra of a philosopher type, a philosophy communicator, would actually go after this and do it really wrong. Ideally with postmodernism and Frederick Jameson himself.
No, don't do this.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? Hope you're well. We've never actually talked, but
Okay, look, I think we can all move on. I would like to make an announcement on behalf of all of BreadTube. Okay, I'm now a BreadTuber for this moment, for this announcement. Okay, I'd like to make a little announcement. All right, we can move on from the. Okay, I get it. You made an edited video. Very cool. You can see into the future because it's an edited video, which means you get to do funny little setups like this. But all it does is it makes you look like a smug prick because everyone knows you're editing, and I know you know this. Like, this is the smug, like, if only blah 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 blah, and then blah 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 happens. Like, oh, you owned me. You set up a trap. Wanna antagonize, and you are like walking them into a.
This
Give me
is
any
empty
30-second clip and I
commentary.
can make it.
This is empty commentary. I don't care.
This is weak shit. This is silly.
you might remember.
Yes, this is weak shit. Thank you. Thank you for showing me some I don't know, reflection, introspection. I love it. I love to see it.
As I was one of those,
angry men in a room alone being like, philosophy dude doesn't understand fucking shit about Nietzsche.
and I'm not gonna lie, it stung a bit to be called that by someone I actively watch, dismissed as a category of loser, a thing without even a response in kind. It's this fun thing you get to do the way that late-stage capitalism functions. You use a series of semiotic elements that have no content themselves, but are filled with little references, so those watching can fill them in how they want. It's really great.
You can translate this entire thing into you get to do ad homs, and those ad homs are powered by the fact that you're bigger than me. That's it. That's what he's saying. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying here, actually. That is just he's just saying it in clever theories. So you
He's not saying just that, actually.
feel smarter and smugger when he's just saying ad hominem fallacy.
No, he's not. He didn't say that. He said that you can use references that are empty in content in order to just go at a person, but it doesn't even have to be an ad hominem.
Speaking of references,
Frederick Jameson gives us a full-on Dr. House-style diagnosis of the cause of postmodernism.
my dude, calling Jameson's analysis a Dr. House-style diagnosis is a fundamental misunderstanding of, I don't know, everything, but certainly historical materialism, and definitely Jameson and his book. See, Jameson...
Okay, all right. So far, because we've broken this up a little bit. So he goes
No, you haven't broken up anything, actually.
through the process of explaining how House is a good example of pastiche. I agree. Great example of pastiche.
You haven't broken anything down. And your example that Brooks is just saying that ad homs is just stupid because that is not what he said at all.
And now we realize why he's decided to use House as his example, right?
Once I'm done with this stream, I'm not gonna go to the drama discussion. I have chores to do.
Because the guy he's criticizing casually brings up House as an example. Well, not even an example, actually. Wait, listen to the exact words that the guy he's criticizing uses.
Frederick Jameson.
This is Michael Burns, by the way. So this is a guy who used to... I don't watch this guy. I don't care about him. He's probably an idiot. I don't fucking know. I literally could not give less of a shit. But I do think he's being critiqued badly here. So
Why is he being critiqued badly here?
this guy used to work for Wisecrack, which is like a big organization, and now he just recently went independent in some kind of like big blowout with his masters. So he's like left a big corporation and is now working solo, basically.
Jameson gives us a full-on...
It's really great. Speaking of references,
Frederick Jameson gives us a full-on Dr. House-style diagnosis of the cause of postmodernism.
my dude,
See, what Brooks is saying is that people are giving empty references that don't mean anything and substitute it for commentary. He did not say, I'm bigger, I can ad hom. That is not what was being said at all.
Okay, so Frederick Jameson, which is the philosopher that they will both be talking about today, gives a full-on, what's the exact phrase?
Gives us a full-on Dr. House-style diagnosis of the cause of postmodernism.
A Dr. House-style diagnosis of the cause of postmodernism. Now, notice how Brooks here has basically given, he's explained how House is like a pastiche, right? House is I guess he would basically argue, an example of postmodernism, right? Of, like, substanceless assemblage of signifiers, right? Like, just a pile of references with no real...
Yeah. And this was an example of a empty reference in itself.
Substance. There's no reason he has to be Sherlock. He's just Sherlock because being Sherlock is Sherlock. That's it. There's no core. But notice how he uses this as a point to critique a guy who's clearly using House as, like, the most casual reference possible. Like Michael Burns, which is the guy mentioning House, is just saying he gives a House-style diagnosis. That's it. That's all he said. He hasn't used House to make a point. He hasn't used House to, like, help you understand theory. He's literally just casually saying a good diagnosis, like the guy who is most culturally famous for good diagnoses, House. A very...
So he is giving an empty reference that doesn't mean anything. That's part of his analysis. It doesn't matter if he's doing it casually. The fact remains that he's doing it. I'm gonna be the capitalist to Brooks Fosh in this non-drama, true.
Popular TV show.
Dude, calling Jameson's analysis a Dr. House-style diagnosis is a fundamental misunderstanding of, I don't know, everything, but certainly historical materialism, and definitely Jameson and his book. See, Jameson isn't diagnosing postmodernism as a disease or malady that has a treatment.
And now he's adding in more stuff, diagnosing as a disease or malady. Like, I guess you could maybe stretch, like, diagnosis to assume that Michael Burns is presenting Jameson as, but you see how much extra context has been added in here, right? Like, he's already saying that Michael Burns is
I mean, he is saying that it's a Dr. House style diagnosis, which either means that he treats it as a puzzle to solve or that he treats it as an illness to treat. Yeah, that is a Dr. House style diagnosis. Yeah.
Reached a misunderstanding by calling it a diagnosis, by being, you could say, a bit imprecise in his language. But as a communicator towards laymen, as a guy who I think he's got like a philosophy degree, maybe he's a philosopher.
Well, no, Smugbug. He didn't just call it a diagnosis. He called it a Dr. House style diagnosis. Pay attention. Less tangents. More listening. With intent. Has Brooks even said thank you for defending him? No, but you know what? Let's not go the JD Vance round of asking people to say thank you. Let's not turn Brooks into a Zelensky figure.
Teacher or something.
And me into a JD Vance figure.
Like, I would expect the kind of content from Michael Burns, I would expect to be like Philosophy 101 course, right? You know, college level, or, you know, maybe like your first intro at university. Nothing like crazy complex. And the way that you teach people a very, very complicated system is to give them smaller, inaccurate sheets of that system so that they can help build a little bit of a mental model of something in their head.
No, that's not... What? What are you saying?
Smaller, inaccurate sheets of that system so that they can help build a little bit of a mental model of something in their head. And then when they reach the limits of that mental model, they expand the complexity of that model to get closer to the real, accurate representation of the...
No, that's not how that works. You give a simplified model, but it doesn't mean that it's inaccurate. Why would you build people's foundation on a subject on inaccurate information?
The idea. You can think of this in the way that you all learned biology or physics, right? Like, we learned physics had, like, gravity and, you know, like, there were, you know, basic rules. And then, first you learned that gravity pulls you down towards the Earth, and, you know, 5-year-olds run around talking about that. Then you learned that gravity is actually based on mass, and everything pulls each other, right? And then you learned that, you know, it has, like, an exponential...
So it's not inaccurate. It's not inaccurate to say that gravity pulls you towards the Earth, is it?
Distance modify, you know, the inverse square law or whatever you fucking call it. And then you basically keep going, and then you learn about Higgs bosons, right? Like, you get more and more complex models. But even though civilizationally we
simplified does not mean inaccurate.
We know a lot about, you know, gravity. What we don't need is to be able to cram all of that knowledge instantly into a 10-year-old, or to overwhelm...
Also, what does this have to do with this silly Dr. House reference? Nothing.
People in their first course of like a particular subject with the programmatic most accurate version.
Introducing a subject in a simple way does not mean that you have to inject an empty reference to Dr. House.
the idea. Instead, you're trying to help them move step by step, building block by building block, towards understanding an idea. So, what I get the sense already is that there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings based on this point. And I feel like Brooks is smart enough to know better. Like, I genuinely believe he's smart enough to know better. And I'm not doing the conceit of, criticizing someone by saying you should know better. I'm just saying, Brooks seems like a smart guy, so he's either biased himself into...
You don't seem like a smart guy. That's the problem, Smugbug. You don't seem like a smart guy. Socialism, Sunday chat cheating on you. Yeah, I know.
Not noticing that he's doing this.
You're in the Sunday chat cheating on me, in fact.
Or he's doing it because it's convenient. He treats postmodernism like that the whole video, so it's not just that. He treats it like a state of mind. Well, luckily, we're complaining about the critique of a video, and if he fails to make the point in his critique, then the critique video is what's bad, right? Michael Burns can be good or bad. The validity of Michael Burns' original video does not actually change all that much about critiquing the critique, right? If Brooks did a better...
Your critique of the critique is shit, Smugbug.
...job, then we would see those elements of the video that are most problematic lampooned, not lampooned, skewered properly.
Lampooned.
And demonstrated to be poor.
Or cure.
I'm lurking and reporting back to you. Thank you. You are my agent.
You give a cure at the end even somehow. He's analyzing it as the necessary cultural expression of late capitalism's material base. This is not pathology, my dude. It is historical analysis. The medical metaphor, the way you're playing with signs, implies postmodern...
Yes, Mug, but did you watch Brooks and Burns? No, we will watch that later, though. Especially if you guys donate, because, as usual, we'll do Death Timer in a couple hours. And if you guys want to see me watch the President Sunday video, which I will, and then their discussion video, I think will...
Modernism is a...
So, no. Brooks' commentary is actually legitimate.
Aberration? Something gone wrong that needs fixing.
I haven't seen that yet, though.
Jameson writes explicitly, and his entire point is that postmodernism is capitalism functioning normally in its current phase. You cannot cure it any more than you can cure time.
Cancer is cancer functioning normally. A tumor is cancer functioning normally, right? Like, this is...
No, it's not, actually. Cancer is what?
This doesn't actually dispute Michael Burns. Cancer is cancer functioning normally. A tumor is cancer functioning normally, right? Like, this doesn't actually dispute Michael Burns.
This is so stupid. A cancer is not a cancer functioning normally. You're stupid. You're stupid. Oh my god, I can't believe what I just heard. A cancer is a cancer working normally. Oh my god. This person is not equipped to comment on anything. Google. What is cancer? Cancer is a disease in which some of the body cells grow uncontrollably and spread to the other parts of the body. Okay? Cancer is a large group of diseases with one thing in common. They happen when normal cells become cancerous. Cells that multiply and spread. So that is the worst example possible. Because cancer isn't when cancer works normally. Cancer is when cells work abnormally. And what Brooks is saying is that the things about capitalism are by design. Capitalism working the way it is the equivalent of the cells working normally. And I guess Mugbug is just too stupid to grasp it. Yeah, but I want to, Also, this is not AI. This is Cleveland Clinic of Cancer. Okay? This is not AI. So there you go.
That's his point, right? Like, Michael Burns didn't even mention capitalism, right? He was just talking about postmodernism. Like, we have such a small snippet of Michael Burns' take here, and he's extrapolated so much, he's added in so much context, and then used
Hot meat kettle.
the context he's added as a critique, when I don't think that it necessarily maps onto what Michael Burns was describing. We've gone from...
Yes, it does. If you know the book that they're discussing. Are you stupid? Brooks is talking about the content of the book. That is why he's mentioned capitalism. Okay? He's not just mentioned postmodernism. He's mentioned the whole book. That there's a diagnosis of the book. And the book speaks of capitalism. Okay? Wow.
From a simple house reference to assuming so many things about Michael Burns' understanding of Jameson that I don't think are necessarily true. What about...
Have you read the book?
the dono bar. President Sunday stole our dono bar, okay? Alright? If you can weigh down the dono bar with donations.
See how much more you're gonna suffer through this till I get, I don't know, a donation. I deserve some money for this, okay? I deserve a generous donation for this.
Then perhaps he will struggle and fall close enough down to earth that I can fight him with my sword and lasers. Okay, we've already had one donation, and look, oh, he's struggling to hold on to it. There's $5 on it, but no, he's got back out. Damn it, damn. If only
Gravity or photosynthesis.
money, we could save it. And I don't know, bring chat on screen or something.
Or gravity or photosynthesis. As Jameson makes clear in The Political Unconscious, his method isn't therapeutic, but hermeneutic. It's about understanding how cultural forms express historical contradictions,
Hermeneutic?
not fixing them through some individualized self-help effort. And you're
Let's see. Hermeneutic, concerning interpretation. Okay.
Oh, so he just doesn't understand what is being said. Got it. I gave you a donut to your mic not long ago. Does that count? Oh, it was you? Thank you. It counts. Absolutely, it counts. Thanks to you, it's at 30% now.
A methodal theory of interpretation. Okay, so interpreting our current circumstances. That's fair enough. It's not therapeutic. But again, I don't see how. Like, do you see? Okay. All right. Okay. So
This smug person is just stupid.
Michael Burns has, in the most casual, referential, tangential way, said a house-style diagnosis, right? Which is just to say, like, a very good diagnosis, a very competent diagnosis, a very competent analysis, right?
You're stupid. Oh my god, you're stupid. A diagnosis is not an analysis, okay? Diagnosis is recognizing a problem, okay? That is what a diagnosis is, okay? If you are able to identify a problem, that is a diagnosis, okay? You identify and name a problem. That is a diagnosis. It's not analysis. A diagnosis is not analysis. I cannot believe what I just heard him say.
That's to say, like, a very good diagnosis, a very competent diagnosis, a very competent analysis, right?
No, a diagnosis is not an analysis.
Right? That's very clearly how Michael Burns was using house there.
Well, it's incorrect then. It's just stupid then, okay? Is an incorrect way to use it.
Good, right? Except it's a YouTube video, so he's thrown in a reference, he's put an image up because it's a visual medium, that's it. And now we're a few minutes in.
Literally, diagnosis has in itself the implication that it's a problem to be solved, okay?
And Brooks has carried that singular, casual, tangential reference all the way to the conclusion that Michael Burns thinks that this is a therapeutic, like a prescriptive system designed to change stuff.
Yeah, that is what a diagnosis is. You recognize a problem. What do you mean it means to diagnose a disease? It doesn't mean that you're analyzing a disease. No, it means that you're identifying what disease is present in order to fix it. You idiot.
Rather than a description of, the current state of culture. Like, do you see how far Brooks has carried this? It's very easy to slip down this slope, right? He's lubricating this ramp. It's incredibly easy to follow his logic. He's very convincing. He speaks very confidently. He knows a lot about theory. He knows more than me about theory. He probably knows...
He does, and he's also more intelligent, as we can clearly see.
Knows more than Michael Burns about theory, but I would expect him to be doing this in a way that either demonstrates why Michael Burns is problematic or uses Michael Burns as a jumping off.
The moment you say that diagnosis is analysis, you lost me. Is that even anything that people contend? Google. Diagnosis versus analysis. Oh, people actually ask that. Okay. What is the difference between diagnosis and analysis? Because apparently people like Smugbug just don't know. Question, what is the difference between diagnosis and analysis? Analysis is the study of information, not necessarily coming to any conclusion. Diagnosis is a conclusion naming the illness or ailment. Analysis is the process of examining and evaluating a subject or thing for the purpose of gaining a better understanding. Diagnosis is a systematic approach to examining and evaluating clinically salient information in an effort to match it to known clinical patterns, and for the purpose of identifying and labeling the most likely cause of a medical issue. Which means that if you're doing a diagnosis of a phenomenon, you're recognizing that in your mind there's an issue and you have to diagnose what issue it is. Smugbug is not a very intelligent person, thank you
off point
very
to
much.
understand things by serving as the next step, the next building block. I don't think these critiques are really in good faith so far.
Confusion, my dude, runs through the whole
Hermeneutics are the array of interpretations and reinterpretations of minuscule details to justify your next meal in the most shaft.
video. You want Jameson to be offering solutions, so you find them. You want prescriptions, so you find them. You want treatment, so you find them. But Jameson is doing something far more radical.
You want a reason Michael Burns is doing poorly, so you find it.
He's showing us that what we take as problems to be solved is actually the very structure of our historical moment. There's no solution. Capitalism functions through making solutions that are commodities of these things. And here's up front what I'll admit.
House does diagnostics, not research. Okay. I actually think that you all need to do a little thought exercise. I want you to imagine, and this is actually a good exercise for you, okay?
Oh, he's gonna argue it. Okay, he is actually arguing
I
it.
want you to imagine that you are Michael Burns making a philosophy video. You are sitting in front of your desk. You are writing up some stuff. I actually think...
And here's up front...
He's actually gonna argue this. He's gonna double down on this stupid thing. Okay.
What I'll...
House does diagnostics, not research. Okay. I actually think that you all need to do a little thought exercise.
Jesus Christ.
I want you to imagine, and this is actually a good exercise for you, okay? I want you to imagine that you are Michael Burns making a philosophy video.
Excellent. An exercise in becoming an idiot. I'm
You're
all
sitting
for
in
it.
front of your desk. You are writing up some stuff. You write, how am I going to describe how Jameson has assessed modern culture? You go, well, he's given a great great analysis, a great diagnosis of like, you know, the
Analysis and diagnosis are not synonyms, you idiot. You've lost me here.
problems of modern culture, okay, all right? Because let's be honest, like, postmodernism is generally speaking a critique. Yes, it's a neutral term, the term itself is neutral, but most people describing postmodernism are describing it, you know, in terms of the implications of it, the importance of it.
Oh, when doing a theoretical analysis of a thing, we definitely should go with the colloquial and how most people use things and talk about things. That is the most logical way to go about it.
But seriously, where's the bar? The bar has been seized by President Sunday, and only by donating to me. Please donate. I'm bringing. Like, you are Michael Burns, and you're just looking for a casual way to describe a thing. Now, he did not spend 10 minutes thinking, what's the best way? What's the best reference? What's the best signal?
Yeah, he could spend those 10 minutes to make the video better quality. True. After all, it is his job.
I can use to describe this particular phenomenon. He's just casual. It's a filler sentence. It's just explaining the basics of something before he goes into it in more detail. Okay, I mean, House wasn't to fix the entire culture.
Admit, it is possible. You're doing an Andy Kaufman kind of style setup piece. Where
This is so cunty. This is the cuntiest thing I've ever fucking seen. It's possible that you're pretending to be retarded. Like, this is so shitty.
the entire piece.
As someone who actually pretends to be retarded, I am deeply offended.
I don't think you're pretending.
Okay, saying that you are like calling your opponent a satirist when it's very clear they're being sincere is really, really cunty.
Is actually the point when you take the whole alongside the parts. Because, man, fuck.
One of the most dangerous aspects of postmodernism is that it's turned the news media into just another form of entertainment, one in which narratives can be constructed out of thin air with no connection to history or facts. Take the recent example of Donald Trump claiming,
Did You Have a Sponsorship segment from Ground News is almost, I don't know, too perfect. It's a crystalline example of postmodernism commodifying its own critique. So you have a video here claiming to expose postmodern's depthlessness, literally being interrupted to sell a product that embodies depthlessness. Ground News doesn't help you understand ideological structures at all.
Okay, and anyone who understands postmodernism would understand that that is going to be a necessity of operating this culture. Like, you are on Google. You are on a platform owned by Google, right? Is your critique meaningless just because it's being algorithmically slopped out amongst Mr. Beast videos? No. You are using the platform and the system that you exist within to try and push your critique out to the forefront and get people to understand something, using the medium that you have, right? Like Mozart's not a dick just because he took, you know, patronage from monarchs that were assholes. No one is fucking boycotting and divesting from Mozart just because the people who gave him money were cunts, right? Like, the Michael Burns, all I know about Michael Burns is he used to work for a big corporation, and then he got fired, basically, and went independent. And maybe I have some small sympathies for that, because I got fired recently by a big corporation. Happens to the best of us. Sorry, Michael. I'm here for you. So I'm not surprised that he has to take a fucking sponsorship to feed his family. That's kind of... It's incredibly strange for a leftist to complain about someone else taking sponsorship. If that sponsorship doesn't have, like, jurisdiction over the content of the video, it is, like, changing the critique, which obviously it isn't. Like, it's just a fucking... It's a Ground News subscription. You know, you spend a minute saying, I use Ground News when I'm doing research, and then you move on.
Oh my gosh.
Like every sponsorship, nearly every sponsorship ever. That is not good enough. It's not good enough to critique people just for taking sponsorship. It's completely insane. Like, you are doing exactly the same thing by using this platform. Why are you not hosting this on your own website? Because you are willing to exchange advertisements on your videos in exchange for access to the biggest platform where you could spread your message. When you're getting sponsorship, I don't know. Unfortunately, the last sponsor we took was Hamas, and when we fundraised for... weaving that in.
Brilliant.
Corporate army, strong, smug, disrespectful, not go on notice. I'll take you down too, Olive! I'll slice you in half! Okay, well, if that's the only mistake...
I think I'm gonna be done soon. I think I've almost had enough.
It's been made here, then I guess it's a pretty critical one. It'll make
System to consumer choices between prepackaged perspectives,
suffer.
left, right, or censor. Pick your flavor. This is exactly what Jameson's critiquing and what he means by the waning of affect and the reduction of politics to this fucked up lifestyle branding. You're pitching an app promising to solve bias through more information. But that's the postmodern fantasy. The accumulation of data points would be...
I think it's a really good idea to have a video that implicitly critiques your sponsor. And I think that's actually the best case scenario, is you have a video...
Also, the critique of Brooks isn't that Michael Burns took a sponsorship. It was the critique of a type of sponsorship that he took. The page itself. So even that falls flat from what I'm hearing.
You know who does this really well? Is,
the critique is not sponsorship itself. It's that it's what the page is peddling.
Good work, those guys, right? They'll take like a VPN sponsorship or like an Incognito sponsorship,
Jesus
right? You know,
Christ.
Dan Tooney, they do those like 30-minute videos about like investment and stuff. But they're very funny, like they're well scripted, they're well written, genuinely like a funny show. And he will literally be like talking to camera, having a good time, making jokes, and then when the sponsorship segment comes up, he locks his eyes to the paper in front of him and makes it incredibly implicitly clear that every word he's speaking is sponsored. And the sponsor's happy because he's speaking all the words they want, but he could not be signaling more clearly that he is just being like puppeted by a corporation for that minute that he's speaking, and then he goes back to making whatever little sketchy bit that he's done about the ad read. Like, that is, I think, the ideal way to take a sponsorship. If you can bake Postmodern Hellcorp into...
That's great, but the critique here isn't just taking the sponsorship.
your critique of postmodernism, I think that's the best case scenario. He's a bad faith pedant, personally, here at least. Yeah, and look, I'm going to be super charitable here. I think that it's okay to be a little bit bad faith. If Brooks were to come to me and say, hey, yes, I was a little bit bad faith in order to get attention from Michael Burns so that I could have a debate with him, I would clap like a fucking seal for him, okay?
Oh my goodness.
Faced. Super cool. I love it. But the problem is that in doing that bad faith, he is basically teaching other people how to do this.
He's not doing bad faith. He says that he is discussing a person that is critiquing putting things into simplistic labels, left, right, center, while peddling a page that panders simplistic labels such as left, right, center. Simple critique. It's not difficult to understand. But I guess this just is above Smugbug's pay grade.
Style of smug analysis that doesn't actually yield anything useful and is just designed to tear things down. And when you just produce...
Wait, am I... Oh, 1.30. Oh, wow. I'm actually not punching up.
Use tools that are only useful for tearing down other leftists in a smug way, you end up contributing to leftist infighting in a very, very unhelpful existing context of leftist infighting. Perhaps that is foreshadowing.
I'm actually a bigger creator than this Smugbug person. I cannot believe this.
For the President Sunday video we will be reviewing later.
Understanding. It's not
being bad faith to get attention from. Yeah, obviously I've done this too. Super. Look, like, let's be honest, right? With the ICO thing, like, we literally manufactured an entire thought was kind of cringe to continue to be obsessed over. Which is very unfortunate. Bad faith. The point of bad faith is of your position. This is, in some ways, you know, there's nuance to it, but in some ways this is also
I welcome to taking a shower, and I'm hearing from Smugwab is that he will take almost any sponsorship without thinking about the implications. Yes. He will not think about the content of the sponsorship because, yeah.
A principle of psychic war is talking to a conservative about anti-vax and not immediately stating, well, I love vaccinations, because you convey a position. This is what satire is meant to be, right? The idea is you're meant to embody the thing you're criticizing. Not all satire does it, but like 90%. You embody the thing you're criticizing. The best, still one of the best pieces of satire, or ongoing pieces of satire is Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? The implication, I would argue, is probably one of the most useful pieces of media ever generated for the purposes of, like, female liberation, right? Taking Dennis and making this psychopath explain explicitly the implicit coercive strategies that he uses to get women to have sex with him. The implication is literally like a mainstream meme now. It is literally like a thing that everyone understands. You can show someone that minute-long video. That is grim. Yes, unfortunately, female liberation is a long way away, and I'm certainly not helping with it. But I think that is one of the pieces. Like, not only is it perfectly accurate and very helpful, it penetrated into
empty analysis.
A mainstream who enjoy satire. They have a huge fan base. There's performing satire. Yeah, the Dennis sister. Yeah, right, all of this stuff is fucking brilliant. Right? You know, my boyfriend fucking Dennis to me, right? Trek also did a lot. You know, Star Trek's been fucking worthless, but you're right. Yes, Doctor Who is another show that does that. Oh, EastEnders. EastEnders, a really good example. And what's clever is that they embody those issues in the, you know, most vile, unpleasant characters you can imagine, which makes it a lot easier to kind of load critiques in.
Not.
I just like my
Ground News takes all the information out there.
I like Behind the Bastards way to lampoon ads. You know who won't do that horrible thing, probably sponsors. Yeah, Behind the Bastards is a good example of this as well. I like that. Like they'll pretend it was about me. I had to waste 2 videos of her channel on us fucking with her. See where we're planning it, fucking with her at some point, right? Like, the last I saw.
Adds more. That's their claim.
Maybe
but they don't do that.
I'm sure someone
the
has explained it to her.
Oh, Brooks is actually doing the critique now, and he is talking over it because, you know, who cares? Who cares what the actual critique is, and who cares about actually addressing the critique, which is not, I hate you because you took a sponsorship.
Is actually something that reduces information. Jameson talked about this. It flattens the narrative within any article. You begin anything you read by flattening it as right or left by
After a long
some
wait,
degree
science
or
has
another.
unfortunately
There you go. That is the critique. That the page that the Michael Burns discusses a person that critiques flattening everything into simple narratives, or describes how things are being flattened into simple narratives, and that the page that is his sponsor does exactly that. The critique is not taking sponsorship.
He said that he's happy you are still around and still pumping out high-quality streams and zero slot.
Oh my god. Hello, Cyan. It's been a long time. How you doing? Thank you for helping fill up the bar. Let's see if it's... Oh, he's struggling. Look at him shake. Oh, he's shaking. Oh, that bar's getting really heavy. He's looking... Appreciate it. I have to read...
Because the article isn't allowed outside of the categories that you conceptualize it with.
Thank you.
You end up with less information because the article isn't allowed outside of the categories that you conceptualize it within. Ground News' bias chart perfectly exemplifies what Jameson calls the cultural dominant. Everything is reduced to equivalent consumable positions in a marketplace of ideas.
You did!
Despite their actual...
There you go. Let's just skim over the critique that is actually happening. Brilliant.
Always being leftism in some right-wing shit and some rightism in revolutionary thought. Things have complexity and they exist in really weird ways. Ground News is just a step away from what might be the ultimate news reader app, and I just am terrified to even pitch it because it might come out, but maybe you just get the headline, color-coded left or right. Why fucking read articles at all? It's the structural logic of late capitalism. Every critique is a marketing opportunity.
And by the way, this is a fine critique of Ground News. What's awesome...
So, if it's fine critique of Ground News, that was the whole critique. It wasn't taking sponsorship.
So, a fine critique of Ground News is the news that Cyan is coming up from underground... Yeah, nailed it. I fucking...
Oh, so he basically walked back everything that he said before. Brilliant.
Nailed that. Hi, Cyan! Hello! Welcome back to Axolotl Tier. Thank you very much. A little reminder to everyone on the stream. I'm going to do a subscribing to our Axolotl Tier. With the Axolotl, so you can have a little... If you'd like to blog, if you join Axolotl Animation, you've got... very good, thank you. Gets posted to the stream. Will also end up on the Patreon. Also coming to the Patreon soon will be, this is the official announcement, a director's commentary on our whole...
Okay, I've had enough. That's enough. That's enough. Enough. We're ending stream, okay? We're ending the stream. We're ending this mess. Thank you. It was lovely. I'll, I don't know, I'll walk you out with some photo footage. If you feel like giving me any last second donations for this mess, feel free. It was lovely to be here. Amazing. Wow. Okay. Bye-bye. Good night. And as always, lots of love to all of you. I'm gonna probably, I don't know, try to raid you into someone. Oh, let's raid President Sunday. Let's show him. Okay, let's teach him a lesson. Bye. I'm raiding you to President Sunday. Bye-bye.